Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
What's going on, folks? And thank you very much for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 425. Episode number 425 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, folks, please go ahead and follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores, folks. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow. And, of course, if you have not done so, folks, please follow me on Gab as well. It's the Twitter alternative. And, of course, it is the same name, folks. The same name, PoliticsGhost. All right? PoliticsGhost. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me on a Taco Tuesday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I mean, I'm feeling great as the days go by. 16 days left before Obama is no longer the president of the United States. I can't wait. God damn it, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm not joking around, folks. I don't know about you, but every day that goes by, I mean, there's still 16 days. I still think that these numbnuts, these leftist lunatics, will still try to do something. That's why I'm telling everybody to keep their eyes open. Keep their eyes open for any kind of spectacular false flags, any kind of attempt at nuclear confrontation. And now, maybe it's not going to be with Russia any longer. Maybe it'll be with North Korea. Maybe it'll be with another country. Who knows, folks? But whatever it is, we as the American people cannot, and I repeat, we cannot accept any attempt at trying to thwart Donald Trump from being the president of the United States. I don't care what the excuse is. If these idiots try to do something to that capacity, the United States people need to rise up. We need to rise up. We ain't going to sit over here and allow a bunch of bureaucrats to thwart and completely nullify by force the people's will. Because the people have spoken, the Electoral College has spoken, and everybody needs to come to grips with the idea that Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States, and all you left-wing, long-haired, bedwetting, hippie, snowflake, liberal bastards that are out here that are continuing to try to agitate, divide and conquer, that are trying to instigate civil unrest, all you people that are veil-threading, if not directly threading Donald Trump himself, you folks either need to grow up, get down, or lay down. I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of messing around with these liberals. I'm tired of them out here, folks, they're literally death-threatening Trump on a consistent basis. And no one, and I repeat, no one is getting questioned for it. These people aren't being taken off social media. It's disgusting. It's utterly disgusting. And let me tell you, you people on the left, I don't know where y'all are going with this new platform as it pertains to the Democratic Party, but if I were you, I call on any of the level heads out there that aren't going to go full throttle into this leftist progressive nonsense that you starting to hear spoken around the Democratic circles out here. I mean, they're thinking about putting some idiot that as a black Muslim as the chairman of the DNC, for Christ's sake. That's how far left they're going. And I strongly caution those on the left, if I were you all, y'all aren't going to win a damn thing if you were going to confront the current revolution that you are witnessing right before your very eyes. And that's a capitalist revolution, boy. Don't you ever forget it. It's a damn capitalist revolution happening right now. If you leftists think that you're going to confront this capitalist revolution with progressive politics, by God, you've got another thing coming. You understand that? By God, you've got another thing coming. Because let me tell you something right now. You may have dumbed down through the public education system and the utter joke of higher education collegiate system. You may have goofed a bunch of people into believing this leftist, cultist, social justice warrior, hipster nonsense. But let me tell you, there's enough of us awoke out here in the American public that have common sense, that are not going to listen to the left-wing, long-haired, bedwetting, hippie paid propaganda media, the lamestream, mainstream media. We are not going to listen to it. We have the freedom of information at our fingertips. And, folks, why do you think the governments are trying to encroach on our internet freedom? Why do you think they're now trying to have ministries of truth all over the world? They want to dictate what's going on in the internet because they want to monopolize information. They want to be the gatekeepers of information once again. And that's what they were when they dominated the lamestream, mainstream media. They were the gatekeepers of information. They were the ones that chose what we were supposed to hear, what we're supposed to see, what we're supposed to know. But, folks, with the advent of the internet, not everybody that's on the internet is looking to hook up on Facebook or any social media site. Not everybody on the internet is going on there to wax their carrot to pornographic material. Not everybody on the internet is getting on here for nefarious activities. Many of us, if not most of us here on this internet, are on here for the information. We're on here for the exchange of ideas. We're on here for the communication unlimited possibilities so that we can basically nullify the whole concept of federalization of government. I think that, folks, we need to go backwards as it pertains to government at this point in time, and we're going to witness that once Donald Trump takes power. Mark my word. What have I always said on this broadcast? Even 5 years ago plus, what have I said? I said that the only way that we are going to combat what these leftists, these closet communists have done to our system of government was to elect politicians that were going to take power, and once they took power, dismantle government. And that's exactly what is about to transpire in today's American government, folks. And that's why these bureaucrats like Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, the Democrats, even the Republican establishment scumbags, they're trying to do everything within their power to thwart, if not sabotage, Donald Trump, because they know their whole career of being a bureaucratic politician is over. And it should be over. No one, and I repeat, no one should be able to make a goddamn career out of public service. I mean, I'm not talking about a career in public service because one wants to serve the public. No, I'm talking about the politician scheme that we've got going on now and we've had for a long time, where a politician starts off as some city councilman somewhere, works his way up the ranks in the municipality, works his way up the ranks into the state government, works their way up the ranks into a federal government position, whether that be in Congress or Senate. I mean, give me a break. I mean, no one should have a career in doing that. You take a look at the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. That's all he's done. He's never had a real job in his damn life. He's been a bureaucrat. He's made a career out of public service, and that's why this idiot is such a cocky, ridiculous establishment hack. And this is why we are seeing such opposition towards Trump, folks, because these politicians know their days are numbered. Their days of accepting large sums of money from corporation donations and individual donations into their campaign contributions accounts. It's over. This is the capitalist revolution. I've said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. This is the capitalist revolution that you are witnessing right before your very eyes right now. It's our time now. And you're going to witness Donald Trump and his administration dismantle this government. I think that we need to get more local, folks. I think we need to start worrying about our municipalities, all right, our counties, our parishes, our townships. All right, I think we need to worry about our states. We need to worry about our own individual geopolitical areas as it pertains to this nation. We should not, and I repeat, we should not ever be dependent as we have been on the federal government for the past 50 to 60 years plus. And that's what this capitalist revolution and the capitalists that have taken control of this government that are going to be sworn in January 20th, that's what's going to happen. We are going to dismantle government like it should have been. And we're going to accord more responsibility and more individual governorship based upon a local basis. That's the way it should be. All right, that's the way it should be. So anyway, folks, with that being said, I know I'm going off keister early in the broadcast. We should be talking a little bit about some finance going on, a little bit of business. We're going to go ahead and do that, folks. But I have to go off keister here, folks. 16 days, anything can happen. Watch out for any false flag. Watch out for any terrorist act, nefarious terrorist acts. Don't believe it, all right? Always question everything at this point in time, especially leading up to Trump's inauguration. All right, these scumbag politicians, I mean, they know their days are numbered, folks. I'm not joking around. That's why they're doing all this crap. That's why they have their damn mainstream media hacks pushing out fake news, because they are trying to shape a narrative to justify Donald Trump from not being president. Anyway, folks, with that being said, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get to the markets, folks. Now, once again, it seems as if that the market participants, the investors in the stock market at this point in time, once again are smoking crack. I don't know if they're smoking crack all the time. I don't really know what's going on here, okay? Now, well, I know what's going on, but it's not. It doesn't compute with the fundamentals of finance, and I hope that once Donald Trump takes power and after he implements his economic policies, we start going back to fundamentals of finance in the market, because this is ridiculous. All right, this is ridiculous. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that Dutch story about the tulip. You ever heard about that story? You know, some merchant came into, I believe, somewhere out there in Europe, brought the tulip or something from China or something. Everybody fell so in love with it that they created a over-speculative market that basically drove the price of the tulip to like $1,000 at the time. It was one of the biggest overhyped, over-speculation stories in world history. This is what this kind of reminds me of, man.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. cyberpolicy.com.
All right, this is what this kind of reminds me of. Now, with that being said, why are the equities markets going up? Well, folks, healthcare stocks are seeing a rise because their incomes are starting to go up. Well, no crap. I mean, what the hell have we been talking about here for the past months, for Christ's sake? Obamacare gave a government-enforced monopoly on the health insurance industry. Of course their profits are going up. I'm not joking around. I mean, do you understand, folks, that Obamacare is nothing more than literally the government putting a gun to your head and saying, you need to buy some health insurance, and if you don't, we're going to fine your ass, and then after so many fines, we may even jail your ass because you're not listening to the government. You're not listening to us by listening and buying health insurance. We're forcing you to do it. And that's unconstitutional as far as I'm concerned. But, of course, Mr. Turncoat on the Supreme Court, Roberts, who I always thought was a closet fruity ass. I mean, with all due respect, I don't know that for certain, but, you know, my gaydar is pretty decent, and he seems, you know, like he's got some skeletons in his closet. I mean, with all due respect to Justice Roberts, I mean, any man who's married and is raising adopted children, I don't know. I'm not saying anything about that's bad or anything. Maybe he's shooting blanks. Maybe the wife has got something wrong with her reproductive situation. Maybe, I don't know. But in my opinion, I always thought he was a fruity bastard, and he was the deciding factor on whether or not Obamacare was even going to be law of the land. And this asshole voted in favor of it. So, I mean, the bottom line is, folks, is that no crap. Healthcare stocks are going up. I mean, give me a break. I mean, Donald Trump was saying throughout the whole campaign in 2016 that in 2017 these premiums are, I mean, they're destined to go up. It's written in the damn law. All right? It's written in the law. So why are investors fueling the healthcare insurance stocks? Because they know that there's going to be profits. There is a federal mandate for those profits. So that's why Obamacare, we talked about this yesterday, has to be scrapped. And let me tell you, just like old Milton Friedman used to say, which let me tell you something, folks, if you have not read anything about Milton Friedman, this man is one of the godfathers of capitalist economic theory. But much like he said, it's very easy to create a bureaucratic system. It's very hard to get rid of it. Because once you start allocating resources of government funds, which are taxpayer funds, of course, which government has unlimited resources to use at their disposal, when they use these funds to create jobs, bureaucratic jobs, I mean, they're pretty good positions. They're pretty good salaries. They have good benefits, health care. They have retirement, so on and so forth. So you've got a whole bureaucratic system of people that have a vested interest in making sure that the sustenance and the continuity of that particular bureaucracy sustains itself. And that's why, folks, even though Donald Trump wants to get rid of Obamacare, he may have to, unfortunately, because there's already an established bureaucratic system, he's going to have to work within this system. Now, in my personal opinion, I think it's very easy to do so, and I alluded to this yesterday, and I could not find the bill, and unfortunately, it would have been a thing to be able to tweet out here at this point in time. But what I believe it needs to happen to healthcare, if you want my personal view, it needs to be completely privatized. Obviously, that's never going to happen because, people are too stupid and naive to understand that if we were to completely privatize healthcare, that we would see the decline in prices on a dramatic scale. And the reason I say that, folks, is because the market is there's just so much market. Everybody that's alive needs a doctor at some point in time, all right? We all need health care. I mean, the market is unlimited, first of all. Secondly, it gives the doctors that are certified to do these types of practices the opportunity to open up their own practice and be able to charge their own prices. I mean, I don't understand why a doctor can't just, and they're starting to do this. I think doctors are starting to get smart and realize that, hey, wait a minute, why am I going through the Obamacare route when I can put cash in my pocket since I'm a certified physician in whatever capacity, when I can go out there and literally charge my services cash out of hand, all right? The reason I bring this up because I believe most of the healthcare costs that are incurred on the price of healthcare have to do with the paperwork. 80%, I've read in some studies and in some observations of the healthcare industry, 80% of the damn cost of healthcare is in paperwork. It's in a bunch of bureaucrats pushing papers around, and that's the reason why we have such high healthcare costs, all right? That's 80% of it, 80%. Another big factor in the reason why we have high healthcare costs, folks, is because practitioners have to pay an exuberant amount of money for for insurance on their practice. You know, just in case they happen to, have a lawsuit, a malpractice suit, that sort of thing. These practitioners and hospitals and anybody that's a physician has to pay an exuberant amount of money in insurance. I mean, so much so that at the time, prior to Obamacare, a lot of these guys were having a hard time even keeping up their practices and paying their staffs because the amount of money that they were paying in insurance. You know what I'm saying? Now, my personal opinion, as I stated, folks, is that obviously we're not going to get to a whole, I know I've said this debate 1,000 times, we're not going to get to a privatized system completely. But if we were to eliminate the paperwork that's 80% of the current healthcare system, if we were to eliminate a good portion of the costs that are incurred in the insurance cost of the practitioner, right off the bat we could start chopping away at the cost of healthcare at this point in time. Right off the bat, very easy. Now, how would you be able to curb the amount of cost on the health insurance side? Well, there's a variety of different factors. Obviously, the one that comes to mind is tort reform, meaning that there needs to be a cap on how much one can be awarded given a malpractice suit. Now, of course, people are going to say, well, Ghost, how can you put a price on somebody's life? That's horrible. Believe me, I understand it's horrible. But let's take a look at the flip side of that coin. If the government kills you in a government facility or in a government experiment that maybe you're not even aware of, they don't have to pay you dick, all right? I mean, what was it, the Tuskegee experiments, those poor black men that were injected with syphilis? Remember that, the Tuskegee experiments? I mean, though the family of those folks, the descendants of those folks just barely got paid out about 10 years ago. And not to mention, they only got paid out about, about $50,000 or something, and then the government said, hey, we're not going to admit nothing. You just take this and shut up. I mean, at least, if we were able to give some level of tort reform as it pertains to lawsuits to malpractice, we could be able to at least compensate the majority of folks that are legitimately afflicted with malpractice. If the government happens to be the practitioner that is in control of your health and you die as a result of their malpractice, you're not going to sue the government. You understand? You can't sue the government. So as I stated, folks, we have to do that by, obviously, tort reform. And secondly, folks, we have to do something that hasn't been done before, and that's rating practitioners. These practitioners they're not really accountable. No one knows about their practitioner. They're just referred to, hey, yeah, this person, he's a good doctor. Yeah, okay, hey, yeah, she's a good doctor. She's a good, oh, yeah, that's great. Why don't we have all kinds of reviews for everything? We have no reviews for doctors. Now, I know that there are startups attempting to do this, but I don't think that since we have such a government reach into the medical industry, I don't think it's conducive for a private enterprise to basically be this startup company that is going to be the rating system of practitioners, because the majority of practitioners that are going to be in that service are going to be private practitioners that the majority of health insurance holders now can't even go to. I mean, it needs to be something on a government level. I mean, how come they didn't invest that? Well, how much was that website? $700 million, $800 million for the government. Was it healthcare.gov? How come they couldn't, spend a fraction of that money and just start a rating system for practitioners? And how you do that, you don't necessarily have to worry about people leaving comments. It's just based upon simple facts. You can basically boil it down to statistics. When people go to this doctor, cures these people, and their return visits are this frequent. Or they are usually, there's a bunch of, listen, I don't have the system on me firsthand, but what I'm saying is, folks, is that there are a variety of different ways to be able to lower the cost of health care without having to sit here and pretend that we have to go to a single-payer system. And as I stated yesterday, get rid of the boundaries in which health insurance companies can operate. Health insurance companies can only operate on a state basis. So literally, that's why people don't have that much opportunity or that much choice in health insurance. I mean, hell, I hear in Philadelphia, they only got one choice, and that choice is going up the roof as far as the cost of health insurance is concerned. So anyway, listen, I didn't mean to go off on that diatribe again about health insurance and health care, but it's very important because it's really the reason why our economy is very stagnant, if not going backwards, because nobody wants to hire anybody on a full-time basis because of Obamacare. Because in Obamacare, if a full-time employer hires a full-time employee, they are, by law, mandated to purchase their health insurance. And folks, if you have even priced the market of health insurance costs, you'll know that it's not cost-effective for an employer to, first of all, pay an employee, I don't know how much for their labor, whatever that's negotiated, whatever's agreed to, and then on top of that, you want them to tack on the health insurance cost of the employee? Are you kidding me? That's not cost effective. And as a result, that's why you don't see too many full-time jobs in this country anymore. It's mostly part-time jobs, for heaven's sake, man. I mean, seriously, Barack Obama, he talks all this crap about how during his presidency, he created 180,000 jobs a month. You know that? 180,000 jobs a month. And the only reason that he's touting this is because Trump, and we're going to talk about this here after the markets, and I'm sorry I'm being so long-winded here, but Trump is saving jobs, bringing jobs back, and we're going to talk about all that, but of course, Barack Obama has to make it all about himself. For heaven's sake. And as a result, he's trying to tout that during his tenure, he averaged 180,000 jobs in a month. Now, what he doesn't tell you, folks, and that's the thing about bureaucrats, they're very good at cooking the books. Their fuzzy math, not to quote George Bush Jr., they know how to do all that stuff, all right? What he doesn't tell you is that 94% of those jobs were part-time jobs. Part-time jobs with no benefits, all right? So you mean to tell me, Obama, you're going to sit over here and try to tout that you created 180,000 jobs a month when 94% of those goddamn jobs were part-time jobs with no benefit. And not to mention, lest we forget, that 180,000, that doesn't include the folks that are having to take on 2 or 3 part-time jobs so that they can equate an income level that is equivalent to a full-time job. So Obama is incorporating those numbers into that as well. All right? I'm not joking. When he talks about 180,000 jobs created a month, that's what he's talking about. Good God. Anyway, folks, I didn't mean to go off keister. I just want people to know this. I'm tired of these left-wing liberal lunatics talking these talking points that are being regurgitated through the damn lamestream media. We have to hit these people up with facts, folks. All right? Obama's America sucks. All right? Nothing good came out of this crap. And the only reason that people still like Obama is because of the damn narrative that's been shaped by CNN, MSNBC, NBC, all these goddamn ridiculous propaganda mouthpieces. That's why you got a chunk of America out here who's like, you know what, I'm going to miss Obama. I'm going to miss that guy. I'm going to miss him so much. Stupid morons. Anyway, look, I'm sorry, folks. I'm going off keister. Let's get to the damn stock market. The whole reason I went off keister and went long-winded is because that's what's fueling this particular positivity in the markets today. All right, it's the damn health insurance stocks. Of course, a couple earnings came out. It showed obviously better than expected because, of course, they're going to be better than expected, for Christ's sake. Of course they are. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let me go ahead and continue going here because I'm going to get off keister if I don't. That's all. I'm just going to get off keister if I don't. And not to mention, not only did the healthcare stocks look good in some of these reports, but the banking stocks also. Yeah, no crap, the banking stocks look good. Jesus Christ, why did the banking stocks look good? Because of the stock market that's been pumped up to about almost 20,000 points. No crap. The dollar is at 14-year highs, for Christ's sake. No crap, the banks are... Jesus Christ, man. It's fiction. It's fiat. That's why I keep telling you, folks, don't believe this hype, man. I just don't believe this hype. At some point, this is going to contract. And listen, this is why I keep saying the investment community is smoking crack. Because, listen, okay, great. The health insurance stocks are showing good news and good earnings. Of course they are. There's a freaking mandate of health insurance, and the first objective, at least, of the Republican Congress is that they want to get rid of this damn thing, and they need to hurry up and do it, all right? And figure out a way that is going to be cost-effective to the consumer at the very least. And the first thing they need to do is just lift the mandate, first and foremost. I think that people need to lift that mandate. There should be no reason why the federal government forces us to pay for something. That's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Anyway, folks, this is why we are seeing positivity in the markets today, because of these, health insurance stocks looking good, the bank stocks looking good. We know they look good. All right, we just talked about why. Health insurance stocks look good because of the federal mandate on Obamacare on health insurance. All right, the bank stocks look good because of this pump and dump damn stock market where we're flirting with 20,000-point Dow Jones Industrial. Of course, these damn two sectors look good, for heaven's sake. Anyway, the Dow Jones Industrials is up 119.16 points, a percentage increase of 0.60%. Closing out the Dow at 19,881.76 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. We've got the S&P up today 19 points, a percentage increase of 0.85%. Closing out the S&P at 2,257.83 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ is also up 45.97 points. A percentage increase of 0.85%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,429.09 points for the NASDAQ composite. And as I stated, folks, we saw an increase in the equities market because of the healthcare sector and the damn banking sector. No crap. Good God. Anyway, folks, let's get to commodities here because I know I've been long-winded here in this first hour. Energy. Whoa, we're seeing a tank in energy. Why? Because as I stated, folks, what I've been saying about this OPEC deal, I don't know if I believe it. And news comes out today that even though all these oil producers agreed to an actual oil production cut, that you've got some elements of the OPEC community actually continuing to overproduce and, funnel the damn oil through different channels in an attempt to gain more money. I mean, it's getting that desperate. And as a result, because the OPEC deal doesn't seem like it's legitimate at this point in time. As a matter of fact, I think that the whole legitimacy of OPEC in general is at stake here. If they can't get their people and they can't get the producers in this organization to stop producing and start producing at levels that are agreed to at these OPEC meetings, I think it just goes to show you the desperation of a lot of different countries at this point in time. They need the money. They need the money. They don't got time to be cutting production and hope that the damn price of oil goes up, and they ain't got time for that. So, folks, that's what's bringing down the cost of oil. If you're wondering, if you happen to be in the oil energy sector and you're looking at your portfolio and saying, what the hell's going on? That's why, folks. That's why. Anyway, WTI sweet crude, which is the crude oil that's consumed over here in North America, it is down today, $1.25 decrease. A percentage decrease of, get this, 2.33% decrease on the day. 2.33% decrease on the day, man. That doesn't look good for oil. I'll tell you that right damn now. And the legitimacy of OPEC as an organization is also at stake as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, Brent crude didn't do no better either. All right, it is down today it is down $1.23. $1.23. I mean, I'm surprised that I'm even reading off that these decreases in the energy sector are happening. But once again, I've been saying I don't know if OPEC, this deal is legitimate. I've been saying it. I've been saying it ever since they announced it. I mean, I read the IAEA report. These idiots are still producing oil, for heaven's sake. Oh, man. Anyway, let me continue going here. Brent crude down $1.23, a percentage decrease of 2.16% decrease on the day, closing out Brent crude at $55.59 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We saw a decrease in gasoline, folks. Gasoline is down 2.41% decrease on the day. And good God, did you see natural gas today? Good God! Feast or famine, I always say with the natural gas commodities, man. I mean, I'm glad I don't trade in this particular commodity because I'd be pulling my goddamn hair out of my head right now. Folks, natural gas is down today 10.96% decrease on the day. Good God! 10.96% decrease on the day. What have I told you? I mean, this is helter-skelter, feast or famine commodity. I'm glad I'm not trading it. I'll tell you that right now. And look, it's nothing but blood all across the energy sector and the commodities. Heating oil also took it on the teeth today. Heating oil is down 2.58% decrease on the day. Good God. Good God. Now, some may say, well, Ghost, of course, we did see that report that maybe one or two OPEC members are overproducing to a certain capacity. That certainly doesn't justify the decrease in oil. I mean, certainly the effect of the rise of the dollar today affected the price of oil, Ghost. I mean, don't you agree? Aren't you the one that said when the dollar rises, commodities go down? Yes, I did. And if that was the case there, numbnuts, we would see a little bit different story in the metals. Let's get to the goddamn metals. Folks, the dollar was up today, okay? So that means in traditional finance that we should have seen some decreases in the equities. We should have seen some decreases in the commodities. Now, that decrease in the commodities is reflected in the energy sector at this point in time because we did see a rise today in the dollar. But it is not, and I repeat, not reflected in the metals, which is, once again, not necessarily going against finance, but it shows me that, once again, the uncertainty of the investment community is more than reflected in where these people are going. They don't know where the hell to go. I mean, equities are up, the metals are up, and the dollar's up. That doesn't make any sense. So you need to calculate that and take that as you will. In my opinion, I think that's destined for trouble. I think that it goes to show the investment community as a whole doesn't really know what the hell it's doing. And they're trying to hedge their bets. They're trying to diversify. And listen, in my opinion, I think cash is king right now, folks. I think that cash is king. I mean, right now, as we see, the dollar is rising high today. And it's going to continue rising high, folks, because inevitably what's going to happen, we're going to see 4 interest rate hikes this year in fiscal year 2017. And, of course, that's going to affect the market, obviously. It's going to affect all markets, each and every one of those interest rate hikes. But it's going to increase an already increasing dollar in value. So I see cash is king in 2017 once again. And that's why I am trying to stack my chips. I'm trying to stack them, baby. I'm waiting for that contraction. I'm waiting for the equities market contraction. And then I'm going in, baby, and buying as many blue chips and high-paying dividend stocks as possible. And that's how you build wealth, folks. That's how you build it. But anyway, let's get to the metals, because you would think you would see a decrease in metals if we see an increase in value in the dollar, but that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Anyway, we've got gold up today, $7.70, a percentage increase of 0.67%, closing out gold at $1,159.40 per troy ounce of gold. Doesn't make any sense. And you know what doesn't make any sense? The silver market. Let's get to silver, for Christ's sake, all right? Silver is up today 36 cents, a percentage increase of 2.26% increase on the day. That makes no sense, folks. It makes no sense. But once again, I'm telling you, these investors, they don't know what the hell to do. They don't know where the hell to go. Helter-skelter. They're smoking crack. They don't know what the hell's going on. Fundamentals of finance has been thrown out the window here. Anyway, once again, silver up 2.26% increase on the day, closing out silver at $16.35 per troy ounce of silver. Copper is down today, folks, 0.74% decrease on the day, and platinum is up 0.35% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get through the agriculture commodities, folks. Now, corn, once again, as I stated, we are seeing a decrease in the production in corn, and that's why we're seeing corn at $2 for $1 out here, at least out here in Texas, and we're corn producers out here. So this goes to show you that there is a shortage, and not just corn, but a lot of these grains out here. That's why we're seeing such increases in these grains, and we're going to continue to do it unless producers start producing a little bit better yields here in the coming harvest and crop seasons here in the next fiscal year 2017. Let's continue. We got corn up today, 1.07% increase on the day for corn. Wheat is down modestly. It was actually up rather high today, but obviously you saw some sell-offs there at the end of the day. If you take a look at the intraday chart on wheat, it is down today, 0.37% decrease for wheat. Look at oats, folks. Oh, Jesus Christ with oats. Oats is up 3.06% increase on the day for oats. I'm telling you, anybody who likes oatmeal, you're feeling it in the pocket, to say the least. We've got rough rice, folks, down very modestly today, 0.05% decrease for rough rice. Soybean is down today, 0.90% decrease for soybean. Soybean oil is down, or actually soybean oil is up. Isn't it ironic? Soybean oil is up 0.43% and canola is down 0.77%. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Now we've got cocoa. We've been seeing decreases here for the past 3 or 4 days, and major decreases in cocoa. We're starting to see a bounce back here slightly. Cocoa is up today, 1.88% increase on the day. And I speculate that there should be a little level of increase as we head towards Valentine's Day, which is, one of the highest chocolate-consuming holidays or consumer holidays in America. So, I mean, we should start seeing some pop-ups even more from this, in my personal opinion. But we shall see. Once again, cocoa up 1.88% increase on the day. Let's continue. We've got coffee. Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Yeah, don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Yeah. Shut up, you stupid liberal fruit bowl. Shut up. We've got coffee up today, 0.26%, and we've been seeing continuous increases in coffee prices. And as I stated, for all you fruit bowls that like going to Starbucks, it looks like y'all going to pay a little bit more for those lattes.
I'm going to pay a little bit more for my latte at Starbucks. Oh, my God, dude.
Shut up, fruit bowls. Anyway, let's get to sugar. Sugar is up today, folks. Good God. And just in time for Valentine's Day, as I was just discussing, sugar is up today, 5.13% increase on the day. I mean, good God. 5.13% increase on the day for sugar. Good God, man. If you happen to have a sweet tooth, I'm telling you this right now. You got another thing coming, I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, who else we got here? We've got orange juice up modestly today. It is up 0.31%. We've got cotton up today, 1.60% increase on the day for cotton. Lumber is down modestly, 0.09%. We've got rubber up today, 0.80%. Ethanol is down today, 1.61% decrease on the day for ethanol. Now let's get to livestock. Now it is Bloody Tuesday for livestock, folks. Live cattle is down today 1.01%. 1.01% decrease on the day for livestock. Let's get to live cattle. We got live cattle down 0.06% decrease on the day. And, folks, lean hog is finally starting to see its sell-offs after so many consecutive days of increases. And I'm talking 2+% increases on a very long-term basis. But now we're starting to see some sell-offs in lean hog. It is down today, 4.01% decrease on the day for lean hog. And before I get done with the markets here, I want to remind everybody that Bitcoin's price as of right now is $1,027.49. That is $1,027.49. Jesus Christ. $1,027.49 per Bitcoin. And the reason it's increased is because, folks, they're trying to get rid of tangible cash. And the more and more countries that follow suit with trying to get rid of tangible cash, you're going to have people that are going to want to get paid and not want to have the government up their ass knowing where all their money is going. I mean, listen, sometimes you want to pay things cash, and you don't want anybody knowing about it. And you know what? Rightfully so, for Christ's sake. Rightfully so. I don't blame them. So Bitcoin is becoming an alternative currency for folks that are out here in these markets that no longer have cash in their economies. And if they do have cash, if the cash has just been so overprinted that it's meaningless, and they're utilizing Bitcoin, this cryptocurrency, as an alternative to get paid, and I don't blame them. I mean, in the end, you got to get paid. I mean, you got to get paid. That's all there is to it. Now, people were asking me a little bit about mining Bitcoin and whether it's cost-effective. Now, folks, once again, mining Bitcoin requires a certain level of hardware and software. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to teach you how to do that. It's a very, I wouldn't say it's complicated, but it's definitely something you need to learn about if you actually want to mine Bitcoin. I do believe that they do have pieces of hardware that are created by companies specifically to plug in and start mining Bitcoin. And the argument back when the Bitcoin price was at about $100, $70, $150, the argument was that even if you mine these Bitcoins and you leave this piece of machinery on as it's mining, you're not going to be able to mine enough Bitcoin to be able to suffice the energy resources that is used to mine the Bitcoins. But in my personal view, folks, you take a look at these prices of Bitcoin, $1,027.49. I mean, you know, if you keep your damn Bitcoin miner on and you can maybe mine 2, 3, 4 Bitcoin a month, I mean, you're in the money, man. I mean, you're in the freaking money. Now, you have to figure out whether or not these pieces of machinery that are supposed to be Bitcoin miners, which, you know, can range in $2,000 to $3,000 plus. You want to make sure those are properly able to suffice whatever Bitcoin miner rate, because there is a rate at which you can mine Bitcoins depending on the server, or excuse me, depending on the power of the device in which you are mining Bitcoins with. So there's a lot of different factors to think of, but if you do consider it, I think it's a very viable, at this point in time, investment. I think it's a very viable investment at this point in time. At these prices, I mean, like I said, let's say you pay $2,000 for whatever Bitcoin mining piece of hardware, all right? And let's say you plug it in your wall and it sucks out, what is it, $60 worth of freaking electricity? Who cares, man? If you can mine out about 2 to 3 Bitcoin a month, you're in the money. I mean, it's just how it is, for Christ's sake. Now, as I stated, people ask, well,
I mean, I don't get it, Ghost. I just plug in this machine and, you know, you run this software and what? I'm just mining, but it just gives me Bitcoin?
Yes, of course. You understand? Of course, it's not necessarily mining Bitcoin, but the whole purpose of you putting a piece of hardware out there for, quote, mining is to supply the power necessary to keep the cryptocurrency of Bitcoin alive and legitimate. And literally, that's all it is. I mean, you know, you using your piece of hardware and your electricity to keep a system on, your system is used in an array of different other systems across the world in an attempt to facilitate these Bitcoin transactions and make them legitimate. So that's why when you put up a piece of machinery and turn it on and, you know, it quote, mines Bitcoins, what you're doing is you're helping to facilitate all these transactions that are being conducted in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. It is utilizing some of the energy and power that you are supplying via your connection into the Bitcoin network system.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. Cyberpolicy.com.
So anyway, I don't want to get too complicated in this stuff, but I do think it's a viable opportunity out there, in my opinion. I think it's a viable opportunity, and people say, well, it's not cost-effective, Ghost. Listen, there are pieces of machinery out there that I've seen that'll mine at least 4 to 5 Bitcoin a month for like $2,000. All right, you just plug it in. I mean, and listen. I don't want to advertise for these people. All right, but you can find it. Do your own research. You're on the internets, man. If you were interested in this, I've already done it. I did it when it was freaking $70. All right. I'm serious. At the time, all you had to do was have a nice, a badass. You could connect your Bitcoin mining software to your graphics card if you had a badass PC, and lo and behold, you could literally, generate a Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin every now and then a month if you just keep your damn machine on all the time. And then, of course, because you see that, oh, man, this is real money, you go and you buy more machinery. So, and believe it or not, I keep these machines, I keep them running at my brick-mortar businesses because I'm paying the goddamn electricity for some of these things to be on all the time anyway. So why not just throw a goddamn Bitcoin machine in there and have some of that crap offset my cost on my freaking brick-mortar businesses, baby? You understand? That's how you're a capitalist. That's how you think like a capitalist, baby. Woo! Anyway, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right, folks? Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs for all the folks that are wanting to be shouted out right now on this broadcast. And for you folks that are unaware, all you got to do is go to my Twitter account right now, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost, and retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. And the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. That's right, True Capitalist Radio Live. You retweet that tweet right now, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Hey, engineer, do we have any Twitter shout-outs to be had? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. Anyway, we got the Smiler in the house. What's going on with the Smiler? We've got AL Game Freak in the place, King Edward Undead. We got Christopher Smith in the house, Ghost Kruger. We've got Capitalist Valentine, whatever the hell that means. Capitalist Valentine. What are you selling roses on the street or something there, boy? All right, who do we got? We got 727 caller in the house. I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We got the Domino's Diddler. We've got Big Plop. No, I'm not going to say that disgusting name. We got Sergeant Yoda in the house. What's going on? R.I.P. Ghost January 19, 2017. Oh, yeah? Yeah, all right. Well, come over here and suck it. All right, take a number. All right, take a damn number, boy. Who else we got here? We got, I'm not saying these disgusting names, man. Some of you goddamn people are getting pretty perverted with these names. I'm not going to say them. Once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account if you want a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. We got Dr. Bristle in the house. Mark Montag in the place. What's going on? I'm not going to say that disgusting name, man. You people are getting sick with these names, man. I'm not joking around. We've got Ghost Sock. What the hell does that mean? Caroline Capitalist. 4 pests eliminated. What the hell does that mean? We got CDI Fan 237. Cocoa Puff Minion. Whatever the hell that means. Herbert the Pervert. Oh, Jesus. That's what we need, right? Hello, Ghost. How you doing? Here, Ghost? I mean, give me a break. So we don't need to hear that crap, for Christ's sake. We got Year of Templeton 2017. What are you talking about, the Year of Templeton? What are you talking about? Shut your mouth, boy. We got Hans Guvensmith in the place. Santa's Gift for Istanbul. Oh, jeez. Shut up with that crap already, man. We've got the Trans Katana. Did you put a pair of balls on a ninja katana? Jesus Christ. Give me a break. Oh, Jesus. The Trans Katana. I mean, I'm telling you. You're just going to put a pair of balls on anything, and that's just the way it's going to be, right? You're just going to put a pair of balls on anything. Good God. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're putting a pair of balls on anything, for Christ's sake, man. The freaking trans katana, for Christ's sake, man. Anyway, Jesus Christ, man. I'm sitting over here trying to conduct a damn broadcast. These people are putting pairs of balls on crap. Anyway, let's see. Who else do we have here? We've got the Jizzmaster 3000. There's the Whore Master again. Oh, yes, I am the Whore Master. Oh, yes. We've got Latvian Capitalist. What's going on? We got Trumpan Capitalist. What's going on, man? We've got number 9 large. What the hell? Oh, jeez, you son of a bitch. I know what that means, you son of a bitch. Look, don't remind me of what the hell you stupid troll terrorist and cyber vermin did yesterday. Don't remind me. What you all did in Radio Graffiti yesterday was BS. BS. Good God. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, listen. We are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, Jesus Christ, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, yada, yada, yada. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I'm not in the mood for this crap. So if you're going to troll me and you're going to do this kind of garbage, I'm going to end the show. I'm not joking around. I'm tired, all right? I'm tired. I mean, I just did a New Year's Eve broadcast, for heaven's sake, man. I'm the hardest working man in broadcasting history. 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, baby. I don't take a break. And the only time I do is when Templeton acts up, for Christ's sake, and even then, that's not a break. I'm telling you, man, just have a little bit of appreciation. That's all I'm asking from you jerk dicks, man. Just a little bit of appreciation, especially on a Taco Tuesday. Anyway, before I get to any more Twitter shout-outs, I want to remind everybody that the final slots of the Inner Circle are going fast, folks, all right? There's only 17 slots left ever for the Inner Circle, and I want to thank those that have just entered the Inner Circle. And for you folks that are unaware, let me tell you something. Everybody is now wanting to be a part of the Inner Circle. People thought it was a bunch of garbage. Now, it's serious business because this is a true capitalist group here. This is a true capitalist group. And as I stated, I'm creating a serious triangle within the Inner Circle, and we're going to go ahead and start tapping people for that serious triangle here after our first 2017 meeting. And, of course, if you're interested in joining the Inner Circle, folks, go ahead and go type into your browser right now, ghost.market, all right? Ghost.market, baby. I'm telling you this right now. It's an exclusive club, and everybody hates on it because they know here in about a year, 2 years, we're going to be kicking some effing ass. We're going to be kicking some effing ass, and I'm talking economically, baby. You understand that? Anyway, let's continue going on. We got any more Twitter shout-outs, engineer? All right, let's go ahead and see who we have here. We got Exora Hawks in the house. We got Iron Maiden. Who else do we have here? We've got Tom in the place. What's going on to Tom? We've got NRJ Commando in the place. Who else do we have going on? Wake up before you die. Oh, gee. Can you leave that poor bastard alone, please? Leave that poor bastard alone. We got Super Smash. Godzilla in the house. What's going on to Godzilla? Stanley Steamer. Yeah, shut up, you idiot. That's real funny. Shut up. Ghost too retarded to get to hide. What the hell does that mean, you dumb asshole? Ghost too retarded to get to hide, you... Jesus, don't even go there. Don't bring up Sam Hyde. Don't bring up that bastard. Look, don't bring up that tard bastard on my show, okay? Listen, look, give me the mic. Give me the mic. listen, I'm not against that idiot's hustle, okay? Listen, I just don't get what this tard is doing. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I've watched literally 4 or 5 different videos of this moron. I don't understand it. And, okay, screw the fact that I don't understand his ridiculous tard comedy. Okay, that's one thing. Why is this idiot being grouped in with the alt-right? Why is this moron being grouped in with the same names as like some of the key figures out here in the right-wing scene? Can somebody explain that to me, for Christ's sake? I'm serious. I mean, can somebody explain that for me? Anyway, listen, I'm sorry. I better stop. I know there's a lot of Sam Hyde fans for some reason. They're like, oh, don't talk that way about the dangerous man on the internet, Sam Hyde. He's a man with glasses. You know, you don't want to hit a man with glasses, do you? Shut up, you stupid morons. Anyway, let's continue going. I'm only going to take a couple of more of these damn Twitter shout-outs, and I'm moving on with the damn broadcast, all right? Jesus Christ. Who the hell else do we have going on over here? All right, once again, you want a Twitter shout-out, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, PoliticsGhost, and I'll give you a damn Twitter shout-out live right here, right now. We've got Pizzagate, whatever the hell that means, Mining Ghost for Cans. Shut up. We got Ann and the Wizard, Robbie Rottencrotch. That's great, you son of a bitch. BJ's for Bitcoins. Shut up, shut up! You dumb asshole! BJ's for Bitcoins? Are you... I know what you were trying to do with it, you sack of crap. I know. Jesus Christ. Give me the... Listen, I think I'm done with this garbage. I mean, I'm looking... Look, there's a name. 2 number 45s. We've got another one, number 6 extra dip. I mean, listen to this dumb crap. All right, that's enough. I'm not gonna continue doing this, folks. All right, I'm not gonna do this, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and move on with the broadcast. And if I don't, I'm probably going to end this son of a bitch because I'm sick and tired of these damn troll terrorists and cyber vermin. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm tired of these bastards. Oh, man. Anyway, let me continue going here. Where was I at, Angie? I don't even know where the hell I was at because these bastards. Oh, that's right. I was talking a little bit about Obama and how this man has only got 16 days left in his presidency. Thank God. But as I stated, folks, we have to be vigilant that this man and the bureaucratic system of government that is loyal to the international bureaucratic institutionalist, or AKA globalists, we have to be concerned that they may pull something freaked out here. False flags, nuclear confrontation, they may start a war. Hell, folks, they may even try to take a shot at Trump. They might even take a shot at Donald Trump as far as I'm concerned, because these people are so desperate. They know that the way it is in Washington is just about over. This whole concept of a bunch of dumbass, ridiculous, bureaucratic nothings able to maintain a career, all right? Maintain a goddamn career about public service. It boggles my mind. I want to be honest with you. It boggles my mind that people can actually make a living off of being a public servant. And how do they make that living, folks? I've told you. All the money that they accumulate in their campaign contribution account via these donations, all right, at the end of their career, when they are no longer involved in politics, they can legally transfer that money into their own personal bank account tax-free. That's why these bastards, whenever they retire from public service, these idiots are always well off, even though they had done nothing but do public service, quote unquote. They retire with millions, and it's just despicable. It's despicable, and it needs to stop. It's despicable, and it needs to stop, and it's going to stop when Donald Trump is President of the United States. Anyway, folks, I want to talk a little bit about Donald Trump, folks. He is saving jobs, folks. Saving jobs. Let me tell you something, okay? He's saving real jobs. I'm talking full-time jobs that are paying not only for somebody's labor, but it's such a good job that it's paying for mortgages. It's paying for families. It's paying for car notes. And when you have these types of jobs that can suffice these types of expenditures, that's when you have a flourishing economy. And Donald Trump is a capitalist. He knows that we need these types of jobs so that we can have a flourishing economy, so that we can have an economy where we can build wealth. Folks, I can go on and on about these jobs he's saving. Sprint said they're going to move 5,000 jobs over here, all right? OneWeb said they're going to create 3,000 new high-paying jobs out here. All right, this is thanks to Trump. Of course, Donald Trump saved the carrier jobs out there in Indiana, saved 1,100 high-paying jobs, folks. Full-time, high-paying jobs that, like I said, they're not only paying for the labor of the individual, but paying for mortgages, paying for car notes, paying for families. I'm telling you this right now, all right? Anyway, let's go on to excrement. And, the only reason I say that is because I forgot to give him a shout-out a few times ago. So what's going on to excrement? I know that came out of left field, folks. Sorry, my bad. I'll try to not pay attention to Twitter. But anyway, sorry, I had to do it. Anyway, let's take a count, shall we? Sprint 5,000, OneWeb 3,000, Carrier 1,100, and folks, you know that Donald Trump, he made a tweet this morning. He actually made a couple of tweets this morning that had major effect throughout the day. One of the first tweets that he showed and put out today was him in opposition of one of these goddamn automakers. I believe it was Ford. Ford was considering once again to moving its it was GM, my bad. No, it was Ford Motor, my bad. That they were going to move their plant to Mexico. You know, they were going to move their plant to Mexico, and Donald Trump basically put out a tweet this morning and said that he wasn't very happy with that particular decision, and that if they decide to leave the United States and go to Mexico, that expected 35% goddamn tax on all those goddamn cars that are going to be coming across the border. And miraculously, Ford said, you know what, we're going to, scrap our plant in Mexico, and we're going to go ahead and invest in America. We're going to invest in Michigan once again. And let me tell you, Michigan could use it, all right? Michigan could use it, to say the least. So I think it's great. Once again, Donald Trump saving real jobs that are actually going to be full-time, that are going to pay for families, pay for mortgages, and these are the jobs that we need to start creating out here. We should champion this man for saving and creating these jobs. This man hasn't even been sworn in yet. He's not even president yet, and he's bringing in more jobs than Obama could have dreamed. And, of course, Barack Obama, as we stated earlier in the broadcast, will claim that he created 180,000 jobs a month. And as we stated, folks, 94% of those 180,000 jobs a month during Obama's tenure were part-time jobs, folks. And did you know that they even consider somebody who works 1 hour a day as a part-time job employee? 1 hour a day. They include that in the part-time statistics. That's why I'm telling you, folks, these people that have been in power, the Democrats, these disgusting, power-hungry, pathetic, liberal, I can't stand them. I'm sorry. These people, this is what they've done. This is what they've done to this country. They've robbed this country. They have allowed foreign interests to fleece this country. And it makes me sick that Americans are so stupid and are so ignorant that they can't see what is happening right before their very eyes. You understand that? They can't see it. Americans can't see that within 8 years, their level of lifestyle, their level of income, their level of comfort has gone down dramatically. It's disgusting. But you see, they have dumbed down people so much. And you know how they dumb them down? Not just through the education system, but through the entertainment system. Anesthetizing these people with entertainment. Oh, man, I have never seen entertainment, I mean, literally prevalent in society. I mean, people are entertainment fetished. I mean, they have to be entertained on a consistent basis. They got to be watching TV. They got to play a video game. They got to listen to some rapper or some pop star, or they got to watch some reality show. They got to look on Snapchat. They got to check out social media. I mean, I have never seen so many star fetished pieces of trash on this planet in my life. And you know what's sad is that you people need to realize that all you people that are out here that are infatuated with whoever the television is projecting you and programming you into believing is a star is nothing more than a fake. It's a farce. It's a phony. And that's why, folks, no one should be going to the movies at this point in time. No one should be giving their money to Hollywood, because all they're doing is creating a fictitious narrative in the general American populace. That's why we are becoming less social as a society, because, folks, people think, they honestly believe that their perfect life is that of something that has been suggested to them in a movie. And what people don't understand is that's a movie. It's fake. At least 98% of American people, in my opinion, okay, at least 98% of them base their whole future, base their whole outlook on life on a movie perception that they saw, on some scene that they saw in a movie that made them feel funny in the pants and made them believe that that's what they want to do, that's what they want to be. Those are the actions in life they want to happen to them. And it's a movie! So, once again, folks, that's why I'm telling you this right now. This is why we have become such a dumbed-down society. I mean, we have become such a dumbed-down society that these celebrities, these morons that are so self-absorbed that they could care less about anybody but themselves. I mean, all you have to do is basically look into the background of these stars, look into the personal lives of these stars. These people are all self-centered bastards that could care less about anybody, all right? I mean, they sold their souls to get where they're at anyway, so give me a break. But we are so star fetish that these celebrities believe that they can become political. Yeah. I mean, some idiot, like, I just find it unbelievable. Like some moron like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, bona fide marketed slut bags, but because they're so popular, they believe that they can somehow take their celebrity and all the star fetish fans that they have sucking at their teats. They actually believe that they can translate that into some sort of political power. And never in my lifetime did I ever see such a thing. Never in my lifetime did I see where celebrities were actually going to attempt to make an impact. And listen, when they attempted to do so, they really did something, like Marlon Brando, folks. And listen, I'm no fan of Marlon Brando. He was kind of a kookster. He raised kids that were kind of nuts. One of them killed themselves. Another one killed somebody else. But Marlon Brando, at least, even though he was a nutcase, he wanted to be political, and he was political, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, when he won the Oscar, I believe it was for The Godfather, I believe. He had that one Indian little girl go up to the podium in protest. Y'all remember that, Oscars? I mean, at least that. And listen, I don't even agree with why he protested or why he did that, but at least that was a certain level of a slight bit of genuine protest. I mean, these other protests that these celebrities have, they're trying to promote their own brand. They're trying to promote their own name. They don't care about the goddamn political cause. And that's why I'm saying, anytime I hear about some celebrity or some actor or some comedian or some musician trying to be political, I say F you. Where the hell were you when we were out here conducting ourselves in the political process and risking our lives, risking our freedom? Where the hell were you at? Jesus Christ. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off keister there, but I'm just tired of the lack of political maturity that this country has at this point in time. And I think that we need to start getting political and understanding politics. You see, what I don't understand is that these liberals, they want to stop our speech because, you want to know why? Because we're the ones with the facts. We're the ones with logic and ration and reason on our side. They're the ones with liberal lunacy that has to be indoctrinated through a process like a goddamn cult. That's why they want to shut us up. That's why they want to shut us down. That's why they want to put a cap on the truth, because they don't want the truth.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. cyberpolicy.com.
Anyway, folks, let me move on to another subject matter here. Once again, Donald Trump continues to bring jobs to America. And, you know, ironically, folks, the new Congress came in today, and it's the 115th Congress. And the first thing that these morons, and this is a Republican-dominated Congress, folks, what did they try to do? They tried to gut the Office of Congressional Ethics. I mean, oh, good God. And listen, this should underscore, no matter what political party you're voting for, they're both the same crap, different plate. I mean, the Republicans made themselves look so stupid. And part of me believes that they did it on purpose just so that they can undermine the credibility of Donald Trump. And the reason I suggest this is because instead of going after some of the objectives that were highlighted during the campaign of Donald Trump, what was the first order of business that the Republicans did? Trying to gut the Congressional Office of Ethics? I mean, this was the same Republican Party that was touting ethics, that was touting law, that was touting rules during the Hillary Clinton email scandal. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And the reason it doesn't make any sense, because as I stated, folks, in my opinion, I think the Republicans did this on purpose to undermine the credibility of Donald Trump. Now, folks, even though the 115th Congress today attempted to move to gut the Congressional Office of Ethics, which is an oversight committee that basically looks into the ethical standards of our elected officials, and they tried to gut that. The Republicans, mind you, the Republicans. Now, luckily, folks, Donald Trump, once again, went to his Twitter and said, this is ridiculous, and called out the House Republicans for even doing such a thing. And you see, this goes to show you that Donald Trump is the real deal, folks. He's not some corrupt, disgusting, despicable, bureaucratic politician. Because when he went to Twitter, he said, hey, what the hell is this, House Republicans? What are you doing? Gutting the ethics, the Congressional Office of Ethics? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing this? And once Trump took to Twitter, of course, it wasn't just Trump, folks. It was a lot of people all over social media that were disgusted by this move, both on the left and the right wing of the political spectrum. They were both disgusted. And, folks, within few hours, within like 3 to 4 hours, It was viral all over the internet. These Republicans were attempting to do this. And there was a legitimate call to action on both sides to call their congressmen, call their senators, and say, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Calling these congressmen and their offices and saying, hey, you just got sworn into the 115th Congress and you're going to gut the Congressional Office of Ethics, you son of a bitch. And I'm telling you, the reason I believe that they did this was to undermine the credibility of Donald Trump, man. There is no other explanation. There is no other rational, reasonable explanation for this. Jesus Christ. But anyway, as I was alluding to, folks, all right, thanks to the fact that we have the power of the internet, the power of instant communication, the power of the freedom of information as it stands right now. Because once the 115th Congress did this, it went viral. People started calling their congressmen. People started emailing them, tweeting at them. Some of these people started showing up at Washington, D.C. itself. And as a result, folks, within about 3 to 4 hours, they reversed. They reversed their attempt at trying to gut the Congressional Office of Ethics. All right? They just scrapped it, for Christ's sake. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. What you just witnessed there this morning. The 115th Congress, which is dominated by the GOP, when it was sworn in, it attempted to gut the Office of Congressional Ethics. And when it got out, when the instant communication of social media made it go viral that these damn House Republicans were doing such a thing, within like 3 to 4 hours, they reversed their attempt at trying to gut the office itself. And you see, this is the kind of seriousness we have to take in politics, folks. It works. It really works, you dumbasses. But we have to act in unison. We have to act together to put pressure on these scumbag politicians, man. We have to make them believe that if they are going to fulfill some agenda that is against the people's will, that they will be voted out of office. And folks, that's the only way that the people are going to truly control and tame this system of government, folks. What we saw here today is a prime example of that, and that's why we cannot take our eye off the ball, and we have to continue to be responsible for our own political responsibilities. I mean, you all saw that this morning, right? Huh? Damn 115th Congress sworn in, and the first thing these damn bureaucrats tried to do, the GOP-dominated House tried to do, was gut the Office of Congressional Ethics. And then once it went viral that they were doing such a thing, folks, they cowered. They cracked. They reversed their attempt at doing so. And this is what we have to do on a consistent basis, folks. This is how we need to act in unison again. We cannot allow these bureaucrats to continue to think that they can run roughshod against the people's will. This is a prime example of how we have this goddamn government by the balls, but we have to be politically responsible. We have to be intelligent. We have to know what we're talking about. And I'm telling you this right now. I'm glad that this reversal of the Office of Congressional Ethics, all right, this particular wing of the government, which oversees the ethics and investigates into any unethical practices of our politicians, was saved. Because even though this particular wing of the government is not necessarily perfect, I mean, it was not a good sign to show to the people. I mean, here you are, you just won an election, you Republican scumbags, and you move and do something like this? I'm telling you, folks, these Republicans are not in favor of Donald Trump. These are bureaucrats that are in the same team, in the same category as the Democrats. These people are the same crap, different plate. That's why I have been saying ever since 2008 that we've got to unelect all these damn bureaucratic, lifelong career politicians. We've got to unelect them all because they have a vested interest in sustaining this corrupt system that Donald Trump is trying to drain the swamp from. They have a vested interest, folks. They have a vested interest in making sure that corruption continues on in this country, and we have to be vigilant. That's why I keep telling you, folks, I've always said if you care about this country and you want to sustain America, you have to get political, and you got to get political quick. And this particular episode, as it pertains to the 115th Congress being sworn in today, and the GOP-dominated Congress attempting to gut the ethics office, goes to show you that these people are not on our team. When I say our team, I'm talking the Trump train. They are not on the Trump train. These people are against Trump. That's why both the Democrats and Republicans are trying to sabotage this man. And I personally believe that this move to gut the ethics office was an attempt to undermine Trump. And Trump, being a very, very calculated and intelligent man, he was able to utilize the communication power of Twitter and tweeted out that he was very disappointed that this is the way the Republicans were going to start off the new year and the new Congress. And as a result, within hours, they reversed their attempt at trying to gut the ethics office. I think that just goes to show you, if we are vigilant and we give enough pressure on a massive basis to each and every one of these scumbags in office, we can force this government to crack, folks. Because as I stated, all right, the power is with the people. But we have to be politically responsible. And let me tell you, we have been politically irresponsible for the past 50-plus years, and we are suffering the repercussions of that political irresponsibility. So once again, I am glad to see that if we as the people exercise our power, that the government will crack. And that, with a swearing in of the 115th GOP-dominated Congress, that's what that showed today, folks. So we better take that serious. I mean, we are now political. You need to stay political. All right? This isn't some goddamn cartoon. This isn't some goddamn movie. All right? You have a freaking responsibility. Because if you want a government maintained for the people and by the people, well, then you have to be politically responsible, folks. And that's what this represented today. We held each and every one of these politicians' feet to the fire, and they got scared crapless. And they were just sworn in today. That just goes to show you how much the power of the people truly have. And when I'm talking about the power of the people, I'm talking about the power of the voter. The power of the voter. That's who I'm talking about. Anyway, folks, let's continue on with the broadcast. I just wanted to highlight that because that was a very exciting thing to witness this morning. Anyway, folks, I want to continue on. Let's talk a little bit about Julian Assange. He has been out here on a media, kind of a mini junket out here, in an attempt to try to soften the lamestream media's attempt at trying to thwart Donald Trump's presidency by alluding that Russia hacked the election. That Russia was the one who facilitated the information to WikiLeaks. And what Julian Assange has done is basically gone into a variety of different mainstream media outlets and given interviews and has underscored that Russia did not give WikiLeaks the information it disseminated during the campaign. And I repeat, and this is underscored by Julian Assange, Russia was not the source. And this is a man that is very, very secretive about his sources. I mean, that's the whole reason why WikiLeaks has so much credibility, because it does not reveal its sources, even if it was revealed. Even if somebody said that it was the source, they're not going to say the source so they can protect the legitimacy of their publication, because that's what creates the whole prominence of WikiLeaks itself. So for Julian Assange to come out and reiterate and underscore, which is something he never does, that the Russians were not the suppliers of the information disseminated by WikiLeaks, well then, folks, you can take that to the bank, all right? You can take that to the bank, because I've said that the freaking government of Russia had nothing to do with these hacks. I've said it since the freaking beginning of May. I've been saying it. I've been saying it all summer 2016. I've been saying it all fall. Russia had nothing to do with these goddamn hacks or the information that was disseminated by WikiLeaks. It had nothing to do with it. And I repeat, who had something to do with it were internal factions within the DNC, and folks, people within the United States Intelligence Agency disseminated the information to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, folks. They were the ones that disseminated the information. And let me tell you, that's what's going to come out at some point here, if not later this week, next week. That the people that actually supplied the info to WikiLeaks were factions and elements within the intelligence community of the United States of America. And you see, I know folks don't want to hear that. They don't want to listen to that, because then they're going to ask,
well, why did they do that for? Why did they do it?
They did it, folks, to stop this disgusting, despicable, rogue civilian government element that has literally co-opted every bureaucratic facet of government to basically fall in line with this whole international bureaucratic institutionalist objective, a.k.a. globalism. That's why every law that's been passed here within the past 40 years has been passed to basically gut the United States of America, to fleece the United States of America, to sell out the United States of America. And the people that pass these laws are these scumbags that have been in power for their whole lives, their whole adult lives. I mean, look at Joe Biden's ass, how long he's been in there, for heaven's sake. This has to stop. I'm talking career politicians, career bureaucrats. It has to stop, and it has to stop this year onward. It has to stop. It just has to stop. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, not only did Julian Assange reiterate that Russia did not supply the information disseminated by WikiLeaks, but also that Obama is trying to delegitimize Trump from becoming president. And, folks, it goes without saying. I mean, an observer of ration and reason can look at what Obama's doing and plainly see that this man is trying to sabotage Donald Trump from becoming president. And why is Obama doing it, folks? Because he's going to be prosecuted. And let me tell you, he needs to be prosecuted. Hillary Clinton needs to be prosecuted. Loretta Lynch needs to be prosecuted. Bill Clinton needs to be prosecuted. John Brennan, the head of the CIA, needs to be prosecuted. And I mean, listen, people criticize me saying,
well, Ghost, what about the Bush administration? You talk all about Obama. What about Bush?
Hey, well, I think that we should open up a freaking war tribunal and let's go down the yellow brick road of hell and destruction and war, and let's prosecute all these people that destabilized our country, destabilized the world, starting with the Bush-Cheney administration, folks. All right, I am completely open to that at this point in time, because as far as I'm concerned, all right, as far as I'm concerned, that's the only way we're going to win credibility with the world again. Because right now, America is looked upon as killers, as bringers of war and destabilization, as bringers of just occupation. And this is what's being interpreted by the international community. That's why, at this point in time, America is as hated as it's ever been, for Christ's sake. So as a result, folks, all right, I personally believe that we honestly have to have a tribunal, and putting all these people and prosecuting these people and letting the people of America and the people of the world see that, once again, no one's above the law, and America is an ethical country again. that America is not going to sit here and allow these individuals that caused the destruction of the Middle East, that caused the destruction of other parts of the world, we're not going to allow these people to run amok and run free. I mean, folks, this is what we have to get down to, and I'm serious when I say we have to prosecute these people. And that's why they're so scared. That's why Barack Obama's scared, the Democrats are scared, even the Republicans are scared, folks. And let me tell you, if they try to do anything, if anything happens to Donald Trump, if anything happens to Trump Tower, if anything happens to Donald Trump's plane, and if they try to do anything, folks, we need to act in unison, in complete opposition for whatever they're going to try to implement on us. And they're going to try to implement martial law, folks, and people always tell me, Ghost, come on, that's impossible. They can't implement martial law on a whole nationwide basis, dude. Look at how easy it was for them to lock down and scare the people of Boston when those two bedheaded kebabs, dropped a freaking backpack and blew up the freaking Boston Marathon, for Christ's sake, man. It was just two young kebabs out here, and they had the whole entire city of Boston on lockdown. I mean, just take a look at those pieces of footage that are on YouTube from people that are locked in their houses, that are hearing firefights and explosions outside their house. That's how easy it is to implement martial law, folks. That's how easy it is. They were going home to home. They were doing in-home house searches, all right? They were confiscating people's guns, all right? All because two kebabs decided that they were going to blow up the freaking Boston Marathon, for Christ's sake. Good God. So, in my opinion, I'm telling you, this is not hard to do. People, in the end, are scared. And look at, remember, Boston is supposed to be some bad, hey, I'm from Boston, yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be badasses. Look at how easy they were to tame, because two kebabs who weren't even freaking armed, and if they were armed, I mean, give me a break. It's two kebabs versus freaking a whole battalion of freaking martial law, freaking neoprene mask-wearing jerk-offs. All right. Anyway, folks, I'm looking at Templeton over here. And Templeton is he's giving me the face. I already know that what Templeton, what do you want, Templeton? What do you want, Templeton? Anyway, folks, sorry, my bad. I don't know, maybe it's a Hillary Clinton conspiracy. Maybe the Russians hacked my dog or something. I was in a zone, for Christ's sake, man. I was in a freaking zone, and now I got my dog over here. You know, he's going to interrupt the broadcast, and I got to tend to him before he starts howling like a damn baby or something. So my apologies on this, folks. I'm going to take a quick break, make sure that Templeton's okay. I'm going to come back, and when I come back, folks, we're going to continue with the broadcast. And what do you want, Templeton? Please don't howl. I don't want you to start howling. Anyway, sorry, folks. I don't mean for Templeton to take over the broadcast, but once again, I would like to remind everybody that it's not hard to implement martial law out here. Just take a look at what happened in Boston during the damn two kebabs that blew up the Boston Marathon. Look at how they had Boston on lockdown. They had people scared, and people heard explosions and firefights and all that other nonsense. No one truly knows what the hell happened. No one truly knows what happened. So anyway, before Templeton starts howling, I'll be right back, folks. Give me about a couple of minutes so I can get Templeton situated before he starts howling and barking. I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is a very, very short impromptu break thanks to the True Capitalist Radio dog. All right, so anyway, I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Take us out here, engineer, all right? Yes, sir. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
All right, sorry about that, folks. I mean, I just had to make sure that Templeton wasn't going to have himself a little bit of a problem. All right, just, you know, we talked about that a while back. I don't want to relive that. So my apologies for taking time away from the show. Mrs. Ghost is actually here to help me with Templeton. You know, so she's taking care of Templeton right now. If you happen to hear Templeton whining like a baby, it's because he's out there with his mammy. Anyway, let's continue going on. As I stated, folks, Julian Assange is saying that Obama's trying to delegitimize Trump. I completely concur with this, and we got to stay vigilant and make sure that this individual and the Democrats themselves do not attempt to do anything to try to facilitate some kind of false flag, an attempt at Trump's life, any kind of nuclear confrontation, an instigation of war, anything to that capacity. I mean, you know, there's even a slight possibility that they may attempt to try to claim that Donald Trump is a Russian agent and may go into either arrest this man or even attempt to kill him. I mean, listen, folks, I'm not joking around. The bureaucratic apparatus of this country is so damn desperate that they're willing to do any damn thing as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they're willing to do anything. Anything. So that's why, as far as I'm concerned, we've got to, you know, we got to stay vigilant. We got to make sure that we stay political, and that's all there is to it. All right? Anyway, folks, let me continue going on here. As I stated, Julian Assange saying that Obama's trying to delegitimize Trump and disputes the hacking claim, saying that Russia, of course, did not supply them with the information. And he also hinted, folks, that WikiLeaks is going to release some big, huge revelations in 2017. So I am looking forward to that, just in case these damn bureaucratic politicians out here in America thought that all this is over. You've got another thing coming. Because what these dumbass bureaucrats don't realize, and I've alluded to this in some shows, is that the people that were on the internet back in like 1992, 93, 94, 95, and so on, I mean, these individuals that were here on the internet commiserating, these people that were out here communicating with each other, exchanging ideas, creating correspondence and friendships and that sort of thing, those folks are now a part of the system of government that oversees a lot of the technology or created the technology that's supposed to oversee the intelligence community. You know, the whole NSA, PRISM, all this stuff. Who do you think created that? Who do you think created all these systems, for Christ's sake? And what did these bureaucrats think? Did they think that, what, the people that created these systems were just going to create them just so that a bunch of political hacks can create their own demigoddom and oversee everybody like a goddamn big brother system? Absolutely not. And the people that created these systems knew that. So what's happening here, folks, is that these systems that were created and intended to basically oversee us and spy on us are now being turned against the system itself. And that's what I've been saying has been happening. Haven't I been saying that since the summer? Haven't I been saying that there is a secret revolution amongst those that were a part of the internet back in the 90s, man? I mean, this includes Julian Assange. This includes a lot of different people that are a part of the intelligence apparatus that helped create the technology that is the surveillance state. And these idiot bureaucrats thought that, what, these programmers and these brilliant minds were just going to create these things just for them? And I'll tell you, John Podesta can tell you that for a certainty what I'm talking about, because I'm telling you this right now. The people that created these systems of surveillance are not going to allow these damn bureaucrats to be the overlords of the people. All right? And you can take that to the bank. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Take a look at all the information that's been disseminated thus far.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With Cyber Policy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. cyberpolicy.com.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to get into too much inside baseball, folks, because I'm telling you, yours truly is privy to a lot of this information, and I don't want to explain how or why, but that's all there is to it, and that's why yours truly knew all about what was about to happen before WikiLeaks even put out any information. And you can look back in the archives if you don't believe me, but for you folks that have been listening to me for a long time, you know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to, I don't need to boast or brag. All right. So anyway, let me continue going here because we're running out of time. Guess who's going to Donald Trump's inauguration? None other than Bill and Hillary Clinton, for Christ's sake. I mean, what the hell is this crap about? What the hell is this crap about, man? Donald Trump either should refuse these people or say he won't even show up if these people are going to show up. And not to mention, George W. Bush Jr. is going to be there as well. George W. Bush Jr. is going to be there as well. Isn't that great? Jesus Christ, man. Listen, come on, Trump. Tell these people to piss off. Seriously, man. Tell these dumbasses to piss off. These people are not obviously on our side. They're not your friends. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not trying to plan to off you, for a lack of a better term, because you're putting their career out of business. And that's what Donald Trump's presidency represents. Donald Trump's presidency represents out of business for career bureaucrats, and that's why they're so pissed off. Be quiet, Templeton. Templeton's over here barking again. Anyway, listen, once again, I don't like this whatsoever. Bill and Hillary Clinton to attend Trump's inauguration. So is George W. Bush. Man, get the hell out of here. We don't want you, man. Get out. Get out. We don't want you. People are asking me if I'm going to be at the inauguration. I'm not going to be at the inauguration, unfortunately, folks, because even if I was invited, I wouldn't go because, I just wouldn't go. Okay, let's just put it that way. Anyway, once again, Bill and Hillary Clinton attending the Trump inauguration. Same with George W. Bush. I tell them to get the hell out. All right, I tell them get the hell out of here. Anyway, I want to talk about Bibsy from Israel, folks. I'm talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. I find it rather ironic that Benjamin Netanyahu speaks against Obama and the UN Security Council for basically labeling Israel as somewhat an aggressive, belligerent state as it pertains to its Jewish settlement expansion into disputed lands with the Palestinians. Now, this, unfortunately, was an unbelievable slap in the face to United States-Israel relations. And as a result, Benjamin Netanyahu basically went right at Obama, right at the jugular, right at the United Nations. And, of course, Donald Trump suggested that, hey, listen, that's going to be way different when Donald Trump's in charge. And, the irony of this is that right after Netanyahu started basically going against what was proposed and actually voted on in the Security Council, of course, Obama abstained from the vote itself. Now, all of a sudden, there's a miraculous bribery charge that has popped up in Bibsy's life. Benjamin Netanyahu, folks, his house was raided here yesterday on an accusation of misconduct or bribery. I mean, I find it rather ironic here that, now they're going after Bibsy over here because Bibsy is going after Barack Obama. Now, word is through the grapevine that the Israelis are threatening to release a lot of information that is related to Pizzagate in response to the UN Security Council's vote. And with all due respect, the reason that he is throwing the ball in Obama's court is because the UN Security Council is the United States of America. All right? Is the United States of America. And listen, I'm not saying Israel's perfect. I'm not trying to say that, Israel. Look, the debate on whether they should or shouldn't exist, that's not the point at this point in time. Right now, as we see it, the present-day society, Israel is the only system within the Middle East that is not a totalitarian, Jehudi, head-chopping, primitive garbage hole, okay? Now, they've got their own problems. There needs to be a lot of political reforms and that sort of thing, all right? But in the end, we have to realize that we cannot turn our backs on Israel per se. I'm not saying that we should be paying them the exuberant amount of money each year, and I don't agree with a lot of their persecution of the Palestinian occupation. There's a lot of things that I personally disagree with at this point in time. I mean, we can debate those things on a separate show, but at this point, we're on the verge of a potential global conflict on a variety of different fronts. One of those fronts is the Israeli situation. And Israel, as far as I'm concerned, is a vulnerable target for a lot of these wild Yehudis out here. And I think that that's exactly what the foreign policy objective was of Obama. And I think it was obviously directed by George Soros. George Soros is a self-hating Jewish man that wants to see the destruction of Israel. All right? Now, listen to me. I have no idea what exactly is transpiring as it pertains to the Israeli situation. I do agree, though, that Benjamin Netanyahu and his house being raided and him being questioned on some bribery charge is directly related to him rebuking the UN Security Council's vote on Israel, and basically John Kerry coming out and slapping Israel in the face. As I stated, folks, I'm not the biggest fan of Israel as it pertains to us giving however many billions of dollars a year to Israel. I'm not a big fan of some of the foreign policy decisions that Israel has conducted in the past. I understand that Israel has done some nefarious things to America and vice versa. But in the end, at this point in time, we're on the verge of global conflict, and we have our government in conjunction with the CIA that created ISIS. And, of course, folks, I tweeted out an article today that leaked out audio that proves that Obama wanted to fuel the flames of ISIS, that we wanted to make ISIS bigger, and he sure as hell did, folks. And that's why I'm saying right now we're in a weird, precarious position whether or not we go on the side of the wild Jehudi, okay, go on the side of the wild Jehudi, or we embrace Israel and not necessarily make our foreign policy their foreign policy, which has been a big mistake of America. But we can still be allies without us being a ally system in which if Israel does something that we're going to do something with Israel. But to abandon Israel altogether, I think, is a very irresponsible thing, and it's irresponsible especially right now at this point in time. And the reason I suggest this, folks, is because we have to bring civility back to the world, and once the world is on a somewhat civil front, then we can confront these contradictions with Israel, and then we can confront these things on a civil basis and actually get something constructive done as it pertains to the Middle Eastern situation. But right now, because of the foreign policy of Barack Obama and obviously funded by George Soros, we've got a destabilized Middle East that's putting the only civilized society in the Middle East in jeopardy. And with all due respect, I don't know what to say about that, man. I think that's a very, very that puts us in a precarious situation, because if we turn our backs on Israel, it's like we embrace the kebabs. You understand this, right? I know it's a hard thing to comprehend for some of you folks that aren't very big fans of Israel or the Jews in general. But right now, if we turn our backs on these folks, it's like we embrace the kebabs, like they were shaping our conscience to do so. So we're going to accept the hijab. We're going to accept the Sharia law. We're going to accept women in beekeeper suits. We're going to accept, certain perspectives of life that reflect Islamic values and that sort of thing, folks. I'm serious. I mean, Look at what's happening to the West right now. Look at what's happening to the West. It's being overrun by kebabs. It's being overrun by wild Yehudis. So literally, if we turn our back on Israel, then we might as well embrace the Yehudis that these dumbass bureaucrats brought into the West because they put ourselves in the position to do so. Do you understand what this foreign policy strategy has done? Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I'd like to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, folks, I want to remind everybody to follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. Anyway, folks, look, here's Yorkshire on Twitter saying he'd take 100 Muslims over one Jew. Well, if that's the case, well, then why aren't you embracing the cultural enrichment that's happening in Europe? How come you're against it? I mean, you're one of the people that I see on Twitter that's against it. If you are so against Jews that much, well, then why aren't you hollering the praises of Allah? I mean, why aren't you, stop eating pork? I mean, why don't you, stop, why don't you do that? I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that I don't know about this whole idea. I mean, we are put in a predicament. The foreign policy of America and the United Nations have put us in this predicament. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you understand this, right? I mean, the whole, overthrowing of Gaddafi, the overthrowing of Mubarak, the destabilization in Syria, the destabilization in North Africa. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, man. I mean, this is the foreign policy consequence. We are now in the question on what we're going to embrace. Are we going to embrace wild Yehudis, all right? Wild Yehudis, because they're already in our country. Both of these people are in our countries. I know, it's hard for a lot of you folks that are like white supremacists and white nationalists. I know that's very hard for you to fathom. These people are all in our countries at this point in time, thanks to our politicians. They brought in a bunch of wild Yehudis from all these goddamn battle-hardened areas, and now what are we going to choose, for Christ's sake, man? What are we going to choose? Are we going to oblige Sharia law? Are we going to bow down to the kebab? I mean, seriously, I'm not joking around. It's what we're doing now. It's what we're freaking doing now. It's what the West is doing now. We're bowing down to radical Islam, for Christ's sake, man. We're allowing these damn imbeciles from all over these battle-hardened Yehudi areas to bring their warped culture and having us accept it and forced to accept it, utilizing our laws to accept it. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm having to sit here and watch women walk around in a hijab. Are you joking? I mean, I can't believe women are even accepting this. I can't believe feminists are championing this. I can't believe liberals are championing this crap. The hijab is a visual symbol of woman oppression, for heaven's sake, man. I'm not joking around. So as far as I'm concerned, folks, that's the battle we're in at this point in time. And this is what our politicians put us in. Whether in Europe, whether you're here in America, we are now we're on a choice now. We have a choice. Do you want to embrace wild Yehudis, or do you want to back up whatever's left of remnant civil society in the Middle East and Israel? And listen, I'll be the first one to say we should not be paying for Israel. We should not be having any kind of foreign policy that is Israel-based or anything to that capacity. We can have the debate on whether or not there should be dual citizenship, which I don't believe there should. I mean, those are genuine debates. I agree with that crap. I don't believe there should be dual citizenship between Israel and America. I don't think that Israel should be paid all kinds of billions of American tax dollars on an annual basis. All right? I believe that, there's a lot of things that I agree with the fact that Israel is not necessarily in favor of America. I mean, the things that we're doing for Israel is not in favor of America, is what I meant to say. But at this point in time, we have been put in a predicament. All right, we have been put in a predicament in which we have to either kick out these damn Yehudis and tell them, listen, all right, you either embrace the liberal, and I'm talking the classical liberal movement of John Locke and Montesquieu. I'm not talking about this leftist, commie, cultist crap that we are out here talking, that we're embracing now on the left. I don't know what the hell they're doing now on the left, but I'm talking about Montesquieu, John Locke. I'm talking about the forefathers of the Enlightenment. These are the principles that was founding of our country. The founding of our country was based on these principles. And we need to embrace them. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, the right to bear arms, all right, the right to due process of law. I mean, these are the things that we need to embrace, folks. Freedom, man. Not this dumbass idea that because there's a bunch of wild Yehudis that have migrated to our countries, that we, who are the people that are native to the lands in question, we have to bow down and oblige their freaking hijab and their wild Yehudi crap. Look, folks, I don't care if it's politically incorrect or not. I think that the hijab is a goddamn symbol of woman oppression, and I wouldn't service a woman in a hijab in my business. I wouldn't even service a goddamn wild Yehudi moron who is literally making a scene of his religion, and, or let's put it this way, I wouldn't employ a Yehudi moron who's going to pray 6 times a day, and if you don't oblige their prayers for 6 times a day, you're somehow some politically incorrect asshole. Listen, I just don't. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of having to curb the American perspective of freedom because people have come to our country and they have some warped idea of civilization. I'm sick of it, man. I mean, folks, I'm sick of seeing these freaking women in these hijabs. I'm sick of seeing these idiots in these freaking turbans and these freaking Fu Manchu goddamn Osama bin Laden beards, for Christ's sake. I'm sick of it. So as far as I'm concerned, folks, I mean, I am done with this wild Yehudi crap. I'm done with it. I mean, I refuse to embrace it. At least the Jews understand liberal idealism, true classical liberalism, for heaven's sake. I mean, at least they understand civility. I mean, that's what I want to live in once again, is civility. Once again, I am not embracing Israel. I'm not saying that we should pay Israel the billions each year. I'm not saying that there should be dual citizenship. I think that's a bunch of garbage. I don't think that Israel should be able to lobby this particular country or lobby politicians. I mean, I believe in all that stuff. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But as far as I'm concerned, folks, I mean, we are being put into a holy war that we have no business being in. And you want to thank somebody, thank this goddamn, ridiculous mulatto president of ours, and thank the goddamn socialist governments of Europe for bringing this into our country, for Christ's sake, man. Jesus Christ, man, they make me sick. Anyway, listen, once again, Netanyahu, this is the whole point I was bringing up, is his house was raided yesterday. This is, of course, the Prime Minister of Israel, on allegations of misconduct that he took a bribe. He responded that these things, that this particular investigation into his person is a persecution. And I kind of agree, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let me get to the freaking rest of the freaking broadcast, man, because we're already running out of time. Is the Queen of England about to take a dirt nap? Huh? Is the Queen of England trying to take a dirt nap? Now, I think she's about to take a dirt nap, folks, and to be honest with you, for you English brethren in Britannia out there, can you just drop the whole goddamn monarchy already? It's stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. I mean, I am one, I guess that's the American in me. I just do not believe that one stupid, dumbass, primitive family is anointed to be the overseer and overlord of a country. And not to mention, folks, can we remember, lest we forget, that this is not even the true British line, the British bloodline. I mean, it's not even these people are German, folks. I mean, you know that, right? Prince Charles, Queen Elizabeth, they're German. They're German, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, remember when they beheaded, what was it, King Charles, or was it King Philip? It was King Philip, I believe it was. King Philip II, I think that was the last king that was beheaded, if I'm not mistaken. All right? And then, lo and behold, they bring in Lord Cromwell, who was the protector of Britannia there for a minute. And then, when they tried to comprise all the elements of British society to try to see what was the perfect renewed system for the day, they realized that, these morons in Britannia were not going to let go of this whole queen monarch bullshit. Excuse me. So what did they have to do? Because there was no more lineage in the blood after, I believe, Philip II, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it was Philip II. Once they beheaded Philip II, they didn't have any other bloodline to go to anoint the crown. So Cromwell kind of held down Britannia for a few years so that they could find some level of bloodline that was related to Britannia. It was Charles I. Sorry, I knew it was Charles, Philip, all that crap. Sorry, thank you. Somebody from Britannia knows their British history. It was Charles I that was beheaded. Thank you very much. And as a result, these folks had to go into the Austrian-Hungarian Empire bloodline so that they could find some daughter that was given away by Britannia like 4 or 5 generations ago. All right? And that's where you get King George. Old King George comes along and becomes the King of England, for heaven's sake. Now, supposedly, the reason that they brought back the crown was because these morons in Britain, with all due respect to my fellow brethren in Britannia, these morons in Britain could not fathom not living under some level of monarchism. So what they did is they comprised a system in which the Parliament superseded the authority of the crown, and that the Parliament is now the power in which that governs the actual system of Britannia. And that supposedly the Queen and the Crown and that bloodline of King George is nothing more than a figurehead, which is a bunch of garbage. All right. But secondly, folks, look, if the Queen dies, who cares? Who cares? This woman's not even British, man. Okay? It's not even British. I mean, listen, if she was British and the bloodline legitimately went down until 1100 or something, I mean, hey, I'll be like, okay, well, I get it. There's tradition there. There's no tradition here. These people don't belong on the throne, all right? These people are German. I mean, look back in your history. These aren't even real Brits. So if the Queen takes a dirt nap, who cares? I mean, you got Prince Charles over here bragging about how he's related to Vlad the Impaler. How the hell is he? Hey, listen, how is he related to Vlad the Impaler if this guy is a part of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire? Huh? Oh, anyway, listen, I don't want to go through this history lesson, but I'm just saying, if she takes a dirt nap, please, Britannia, can y'all grow up out of this monarch stuff, man? I mean, y'all have a great parliamentary system, all right? Y'all have a great parliamentary system, believe me. I get it. But this monarchism, it's got to go already, man. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of it, man. I'm serious. I am so sick. So as far as I'm concerned, these people aren't even British. They're German. That's the sad part about it. You'll have Brits saying, no, it's tradition, You're not understanding, guys. It's tradition. Yeah, you Yanks don't know anything about tradition, do you? She's German, for Christ's sake, man. Good God. And not to mention, it wasn't a coincidence that Prince Harry in a Halloween party was in a Nazi uniform, because he's just, he's going back to his roots, baby. He's going back to his roots. So anyway, I'm just saying, and somebody's saying even if she is German, she fought against Germany in World War II. She didn't fight against crap. What are you talking about? She fought against Germany in World War II. Do you even know the history of that? It was the belligerence of England that caused Germany to become belligerent against the English. All right? What are you talking about? All right? It was the fact that you had the Czechoslovakians massacring German people at the time, instigating a attempt at a confrontation with Germany. And you had a goddamn ultimatum made by England stating that if Germany did anything in retaliation to Czechoslovakia, that they were going to go ahead and invade. That was an act of war. That was an act of war, for heaven's sake.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. Cyberpolicy.com. If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. Cyberpolicy.com.
So, give me a break. All right? Give me a break. And here, thank you very much, Commando Nando. Here's Hitler meeting with the leaders of Britannia at the time, because everybody was cool with Hitler. As a matter of fact, had Hitler died before 1938, he would have went down as a peacetime leader. All right? But then, of course, the belligerents came. All right, the belligerents came from Czechoslovakia and Poland, which, of course, we've talked about in many different occasions. That particular racial dissension goes back a long, long time. So that's all I'm saying, folks. And as a matter of fact, thank you very much. Here's the Sun. Of course, the Brits will be like, oh, you quoting the Sun. That's gross. Here's a little Queen Elizabeth, hailing Hitler, throwing the Sieg Heil right here. There you go. And there you go. That's Britannia for you. That's Britannia. That's your goddamn royal family, Britannia. A bunch of Germans. A bunch of Germans. So anyway, with that being said, all right, I'm just telling you folks, if Queen Elizabeth takes a dirt nap, who cares? Please? Who cares? Anyway, with that being said, I've been wanting to discuss genetics versus environment here, but we never get to it. Because I should dedicate a whole show to it, is what I should do, all right? Because I really want to talk about this, because I want to talk to some of you white nationalists out there who believe that it's all about race, Which, I mean, you know, I would love to have this debate because I believe it's all environment. I mean, you know, as I've stated, the reason I say it's environment is because you have to look in how people as a culture were brought up. And you take a look at a lot of the white cultures in which came from Europe, and you take a look at the areas in which Europe is comprised, okay? Most of these areas are very, very almost uninhabitable. I mean, this is not an area in which one can domesticate animals, one can domesticate growing crops. I mean, it's not favorable to that type of environment. So the Europeans had to figure out very innovative ways to create ways to sustain their civilizations, all right? Very creative and independent ways to sustain their sustenance as a civilization and culture. Now, when we take a look at ethnic-based cultures are based in a tribal collective perception. And that goes for Latin America, that goes for Africa, that even goes for Asia. I mean, this is all tribal collectivism is the derivative, the prime derivative of most of these particular cultures. And when you have tribal collectivism perpetuated through generation to generation, that isn't genetic because that's not a gene that is collective. That is an environment that is cultivated through the culture in which one is brought up in. So anyway, with that being said, I don't want to have that debate right now. I just wanted to tell you folks that's where I stand. I believe that environment basically creates the future of an individual, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. As far as I'm concerned, genetics has a very minor part in how a people as a whole interpret society. That's all there is to it, all right? Now, of course, people that are on the white nationalist side are already tweeting me up, hey, rich black kids are more likely to go to prison than poor white kids. Yeah, you want to know why? Because that's a statistic. That is a very small number of rich black kids. How many, you see, once again, numbers can be skewed to basically say anything. How many rich black kids are there in America? Seriously. How many rich black kids are out there? Take that small amount of number and compare that to all the goddamn poor white kids in America. And yeah, statistically, I mean, if one or two of those rich black kids happens to do something and goes to jail, well, that stat is going to be a hell of a lot higher than one or two white kids on a massive scale. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Good God. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I'm just saying, man, listen, I'm not trying to say that black statistics aren't factual, that black people shouldn't be concerned about white folks. They shouldn't be concerned about cops. They should be concerned about other black people, all right? I mean, they're more likely to basically get killed by another black person statistically, okay? I get that. So anyway, let me continue going on, folks. I mean, we're already way ahead of time. I don't want to have this goddamn discussion now. It's definitely deserving of a whole damn show, and we're going to try to get to that sometime this week. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti. That's right, folks. Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do is give me a call right now at 563-999-3791. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. And before we get started, folks, I want to remind everybody, these inner circle slots are going like hotcakes, all right? I mean, we literally only put up 50. There are 17 left, folks. 17 left. So listen, if you don't get in the inner circle at this time, we're not going to sell anymore, man. We're not selling anymore. So that's it. Get it now. And look, I got big plans, like I said, for the inner circle, baby. I mean, I'm talking about business plans, real capitalist money plans, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about creating a serious triangle within the inner circle, and at the same time, making sure that serious triangle becomes an actual group, like the Carlisle group, baby, like KKR. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you this right now. And with that being said, folks, 2017 is going to be the year of the inner circle, and we're going to have a bunch of meetings. We're going to discuss business. And like I said, we've got some people in the inner circle that are kind of trolls and kind of kids, and that's great. I mean, they're still a part of the inner circle. We still talk to them, and they're still in. But as far as the serious triangle in the inner circle, man, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? It's about business. I'm going to put up some cash, and maybe other people want to put up their cash. Let's create an LLC partnership going on, and let's start buying properties, baby. Let's start buying stocks. You know what I mean? Let's start buying companies, for heaven's sake. That's what I want to do. Have you all ever seen the show The Profit? If you all have never seen the show The Profit, that's kind of an idea in which I want to go down as far as the inner circle is concerned. This guy, Marcus Lemonis, is a very rich guy. And to be honest with you, it's not his money per se that he's putting up for all these businesses. It's a collective of investors that trust this guy, because this guy obviously has the recipe to create, to take businesses that are fledgling and turn them back into profitability. But what Marcus Lemonis does, he goes to these businesses that have actual assets, actual growth potential, goes and actually makes a offer to the business owners of these particular business that are fledgling. And he basically turns these businesses from, about to go out of business to profitability. That show is a great show. I'm not being paid to advertise that show. I just want to suggest shows for people that actually give insight instead of a bunch of cartoon fetish nonsense that you ain't gonna learn shit from. Excuse my French. At least when you watch The Profit, you get to go into the analysis of how Marcus Lemonis is buying a business, why he's buying a business, the mathematics he's using to buy a business, the business calculus he's using to project future forecasts, that sort of thing. So before I get into Radio Graffiti, once again, Marcus Lemonis, The Profit is the name of the show. Very good show. I think it's really, really cool. And people are asking me, how are members are chosen for the Serious Triangle? Look, we're going to get to that when we have our first meet and greet here in the next week or so. And listen, we'll get to that soon. I'm not trying to air Inner Circle business on the show here. But once again, if you want to be a part of the Inner Circle, type in your browser right now, ghost.market. All right, ghost.market is the web address if you want to be a part of the Inner Circle. And, of course, folks, you get discounts, you get exclusive giveaways. Like I said, the Inner Circle got a free Christmas card this Christmas. I'm thinking about another giveaway soon enough. The Inner Circle, they're my friends. They're my family. So once again, ghost.market is the address. Do we have any Radio Graffiti callers, engineer? All right, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti right now. All right, who do we got going on here? How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? I mean, I can hear you play with your pecker shaft. I mean, why don't you get yourself ready there, boy? I already said it was Radio Graffiti there, you stupid, dumb, milky liquor. How about Anonymous Radio Graffiti? Cable the Rock, Radio Graffiti.
Number 9, large. Number 6 with double dip. Number 7, 2, number 45, 1 with cheese and large.
No, we're not starting that crap today. Don't you dare start that. That pissed me off yesterday. Shut up with that stupid troll. I'm not joking around. That's enough of that crap.
That's enough of that crap. I am not a fast food joint.
I am not a fast food joint there, boy. Jesus Christ. Who else do we have? How about 419 Radio Graffiti?
Hey, Ghost, how's it going? This is your newest caller, this Sparty again. How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Oh, man, not much. Like, just one thing like that. Well, I mean, you know, at the times, like, when you be saying you're like depressed and stuff like that. Like, what exactly like, do you have to be depressed about, man? Shit, I mean, dude, hey, you have a wife, you're in a mansion, you're rich, and all that stuff. I mean, what do you have to be depressed about exactly?
What do I have to be depressed about? Look, all the material stuff that I have is meaningless if we lose our freedom, if we lose our country, if we are dominated by a bunch of totalitarian freaks. All right? All this material stuff means crap if we live in a totalitarian system. And let me tell you, I'm not depressed about it. I'm angry about it. I want these power-hungry bureaucrats out of office. I want to end the trend of career politicians. I'm not depressed. I'm just pissed. All this material stuff means nothing, folks, if we are just going to allow a bunch of totalitarian freaks to take us over. Anyway, who else do we have here? How about area code 267, Radio Graffiti?
Hello, Ghost. It's Eeyore again. I'm actually here to demand a refund. You see, I found out the house you sold me for 420 goyams and 69 shekels is actually nothing more than just a pile of sticks. You told me it was Tigger-proof, yet Tigger keeps knocking it down. Also, another issue is the plumbing, mainly because there is none. I think I shut my nail out.
Oh, Jesus. This sick, stupid, freaking... Give me a break! I'm sick of that stupid donkey, man. I'm sick of that goddamn stupid donkey, goddammit. Good God. Jesus, give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. You guys are getting sick, you sick, twisted pricks. 480 Radio Graffiti.
Hey there, Ghost. I actually live out here in Arizona, actually, and I was wanting to get your little opinion on something that's actually affected not only me, but a couple of my friends out here.
Go ahead. What's going on?
And, actually, before I get on that, it's sort of a little side thing I just got to say, and that's I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 lod, a number 6 is extra double.
Shut, you stupid. Shut up. Look, I'll end this goddamn show early if I keep hearing that crap. I will end the show early if I continue to hear that stupid troll. If you think I'm joking, you keep it. Keep it up. You keep it up. God damn it, you keep it up. Give me the freaking mic. Give me the mic. Give me the freaking mic, man. Listen, I'm not joking around, man. If this continues, I'm out of here. All right? You're not ruining this Taco Tuesday. All right? You're not tainting this Taco Tuesday, scumbags. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Why don't we just go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast?
Hey, y'all. It's the Cleveland Show. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be right back in...
You know what? Shut up. Shut up! You people are testing my goddamn patience today. I'll tell you that. I think this show's going to end early. I can already sense it. I can already sense that you cuckold connoisseurs are going down this direction and tainting my Taco Tuesday. You freaking anal secretion loving pieces of nipple clamp loving butt plug up the ass looking chicken eating corn boy crap. Freaking turkey tits. Just stop it. Anonymous Radio goddamn Graffiti. Sam Hyde, go ahead and penetrate my pooper.
But I don't have time to beg you. I don't have time to fuck you calm.
I don't want to hear this whole condom
You pig.
busted crap. Oh. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and ejaculate. Sam Hyde, release the sperm right now.
Hey, no black belt survives that kind of lead. No matter how gay or strong.
You know what? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm telling you, you scumbags, stop it. Just stop it right goddamn now. You stop it right now. Y'all are pissing me off. Y'all are pissing me off. Y'all are pissing me off. You're pissing me off. God. Oh, my God. Sam Hyde, shut up. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. You sick sons of bitches, for Christ's sake, man. I'm telling you, one effing more, and I am out of here. Son of a bitch. 863 Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Hello there, Ghost. It's Skeletor. And I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip.
She said, quick. Shut the I've had enough of this crap. I'm ending this broadcast early. You all go shove this goddamn broadcast, this Tainted Taco Tuesday, you shove it up your ass. You just shove it up your goddamn freaking clogged up pooper. God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. I'm sick and tired of this stupid freaking troll, man. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't know. Listen, I'm seriously going to end this. I'm not doing this. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. All right, listen to me. I'm not doing this. All right, I am not doing this. I'm not doing this crap at all. You know what I'm going to do? Let's just do a whole. Let's just do a freaking. Let's do a mass call going on. Let's just get a whole bunch of people on the horn going on. All right. Let's just get a whole bunch of. How about 352-210? Who else do we got? We got 727. Who else do we got here? We've got. Who else do we got? We got 435.
Hey, Ghost, call me back.
I'm on a
We got 412.
I'll take a double triple boss deluxe on a 4x4 every single with a shimmy and a streak. White axle grease, let it cry, burn it and let it swim. I'd also like to order 2 dozen extra number 7 burritos. Make sure they have the extra greasy special sauce on them as well. I'd like a number 5 with some of your sperm baked into the bun. I also want to order fries. I'd appreciate it if your engineer would rub his more stuff on the fries. I'll take a double triple boss CD Lux on a raft. 4x4 White axle grease. Let it cry. Burn it and let it swim. I'd also like to order 2 dozen. Make sure they have the extra greasy special sauce in them as well. Next, I'd like a number 5 with some of your sperm baked into the order fries.
And a large soda, 2 number 9,
engineer would rub his
and a
ball sack on
large
the fries.
soda.
I'll take a double triple Bossy Deluxe on a raft.
I'll have more to number 9. 7 million trillion.
Let it cry.
I'll have 2
Burn it,
million
let it
tacos for that. This is Taco
I'd also like to order 2,000 extra
I'll have
number 7
500
burritos.
billion.
Make sure they have the extra greasy special sauce in them as well. Next, I'd like a number 5 with some of your and baked potato. I also want to order fries. I'd appreciate it if your engineer would rub his little tap on the fries. I'll take a double triple boss CD Lux on a fries. With a spoon. Let it fry. Don't let it swell. I'd also like to order 2 dozen burritos. Make sure that they have the extra greasy special sauce in them as well.
Like a local drive-through restaurant.
Baked into the box. I also want to order fries. I'd appreciate it if your engineer would rub his little tap on the fries. White Pride Worldwide. White Pride Worldwide. White Pride Worldwide.
What the hell is actually going on? What's actually going on? The word, the bird, the bird, the bird, the word, the word.
Pickle prick.
Alex Walker.
Ghost is the cup. Ghost is a cup. Ghost is a cup.
All right. Let's shut some of these people up. Shut them up!
Ghost is a
Shut
cup.
up! All of you, just shut up! Just shut your stupid stinking hole! You all just shut up! You all just
Ghost
shut
is a
up!
cock. Ghost is a
Shut up!
cock.
Shut your stupid mouth! Shut up! Good God, folks. All right. I mean, my apologies here. All right. I'm just saying, I'm tired of this. That's all I'm saying. I'm a little tired of this. Anyway, folks, my apologies on that, man. I don't know how to respond, man. I mean, these people, these troll terrorists, they're tainting my Taco Tuesday. That's what they're doing. They're tainting my Taco Tuesday, and I don't appreciate it one goddamn bit. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm going to try this one mo again, all right? I'm going to try this one mo again, and that is it. And if you idiots mess up this go-round of Radio Graffiti, well, then, you know what? I don't know what the hell to tell you, stupid, dumb, ungrateful pricks, all right? I don't know what the hell else to tell you, ungrateful pricks. Jesus Christ. Who the hell else do we have going on over here, for heaven's sake? How about area code, Jesus Christ, we got so many losers on here, for Christ. Look at all these anonymous losers.
If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company. It's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. cyberpolicy.com. If you own a small business, it's not a question of if some hacker is going to attempt to attack your company, it's a question of when. Let cyberpolicy.com keep you safe. CyberPolicy is the first end-to-end solution that combines cyber planning, security, and insurance. With CyberPolicy, your business will be protected against cyber attacks for as little as 40 cents a day. Visit cyberpolicy.com today and get a quote in just 4 minutes. cyberpolicy.com.
We got 269 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost Baby, I have a number 7 McChicken with your dick rubbed all up on it. A number 8.
No, not this idiot! Not this idiot! Freaking internet butt stalker! What the hell? I thought we freaking got rid of that guy! I thought we freaking got rid of that guy, for Christ's sake, man! I don't want that asshole coming back to the broadcast. Do you understand me? I don't know. No. Give me the freaking... Look, I don't want that stupid internet bot stalker coming back to this broadcast. Do you understand me? Good God. How about... I don't even want to take another call, man. I don't even want to take another Radio Graffiti call. How about 540 Radio Graffiti?
Shiny Pori, Radio Graffiti. Do we have any goddamn Radio Graffiti calls, engineer? Fuck you! Just sit there and do your job. Just sit there and do your damn job. So, what the hell is that?
What the hell? What the hell was that? What the hell was that stupid crap? Jesus Christ! Good God! How about anonymous Radio Graffiti? And Eeyore Radio Graffiti.
All right, Eeyore. Now your first step to joining the KKK is to kill a nigger.
Nigger? Not sure what that is, but I know of a tigger.
What's a tigger? Oof.
Hello, I'm Tigger. That's T-I-double-G-R. That's me.
Hello.
What the hell is that? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I had to hang that up before that started going fanfic, and I don't want that shit. Excuse my damn French. I'm sorry, folks. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Or 352, I should say, Radio Graffiti. 352. We got Helen Keller deaf mute, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, I should just end the broadcast now, to be honest with you, man. I mean, just to be completely honest, I'm just so tired. I'm so goddamn tired. So tired of these freaking troll terrorists and cyber vermin. I'm so tired. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Oh, what, we having Helen Geller deaf mutes now? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing, for Christ's sake? Anonymous Radio Graffiti!
It's Mr. Sav, Radio Graffiti. Donald Trump.
You son of a bitch, you can't crap there. I'm going to take you a trip to the woodshed, boy. Scream louder, boy. Scream louder and squeal like a Snickers.
You goddamn racist son of a... You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch, how dare you? How dare you besmirch the name of Donald Trump, and how dare you use Donald Trump in a racist goddamn splice? How dare you? How goddamn dare you, boy? Give me the mic. Give me the mic. How dare you, sons of bitches, man? How goddamn dare you? You know, let me tell you something. You know, I think that's what many of you need if you want my goddamn opinion. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I think, give me my goddamn belt. Give me my belt. God damn it. I'm telling you this right now, this is what you all need, boy. You need a trip to the goddamn woodshed. That's what each and every one of you need, boy. You take a trip with me to the woodshed, I'll make a man of you, boy. I'll make a goddamn, yeah. Take that. Yeah. I ain't made a man of you yet, boy. Yeah. Take that. Yeah. Yeah, you take that, boy. That's a trip to the woodshed you ain't never gonna forget, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you this right now. I ain't made a man of you yet, boy. I ain't made a man of you yet. That's what all of you damn troll terrorists and cyber vermin need is a goddamn trip to the woodshed. I guarantee you, boy. I guarantee you. That's all you scumbags need is a trip to the woodshed. You understand? That's all you son of a bitches need is a goddamn trip to the woodshed, you sorry sack of crap. Good God. Anyway, we got Trump and capitalists. What's going on, Radio Graffiti?
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make a statement about the Big Smoke troll. Stop it. It's not really that funny anymore. If you're really going to do it with some passion and some effort. Take me, for example. I'm actually Big Smoke's cousin. I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra depth.
What the hell, Trumpet? Shut up! Shut up, Trumpet! Shut up! I'm done with this crap! I'm so done with this garbage, man. God! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at what you're doing to me. God damn you. Look at what you're doing. Freaking trumpet, man. God damn you, man. And what a tainted Taco Tuesday, man. What a tainted Taco Tuesday this turned out to be. You socialist slughead sucking pieces of pedophile priest probing crap. Oh my God, give me that damn mic. Give me the mic. God damn it, you son of a bitch. I mean, there's freaking 8 minutes left. I mean, what the hell, man? What the hell? Oh, God. Jesus Christ, man. I might as well continue, man. There's only 8 minutes left of this freaking broadcast. Jesus Christ. 832 Radio Goddamn Graffiti.
Oh, God. Yes, I'm checking some things.
Shut up, Kermit, you stupid sick-ass frog. Shut up. That's another thing that I've got over here is a goddamn perverted frog calling me up, for Christ's sake. Oh, my God. This is getting disgusting. More and more time goes by, it gets disgusting, man. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's Yorkshire here. I just want to say that I've pledged my allegiance to the Islamic State and I've declared a jihad on the bronies.
Oh, that's great. Now we got a jihad on the bronies now. That's great. A brony jihad, for Christ. That's all we need, for heaven's sake. Jesus Christ. Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
True Capitalist Radio greatest hits. And I hate to keep beating my son here, but... and I hate to keep beating the engineer here, but... and I hate to keep beating my penis here, but... and I hate to keep beating Rarity here, but... and I hate to keep beating the clown here, but... and I hate to keep beating the communist government of China here, but... and I hate to keep beating my favorite belt here, but... and I hate to keep beating my grandmother here, but... and I hate to keep beating up on here, but... You know, I'm just sick of this. Just sick of this crap. You know what? That's about it. You know, I don't know what. How else am I supposed to react to that? How in the hell else am I supposed to react to that, you stupid pricks? Give me a freaking break. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Man, this Taco Tuesday really sucks. This Taco Tuesday really effing sucks thanks to you. Thanks to you troll terrorists and cyber vermin, you piece of crap. Jesus Christ, man. Area code 905, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. How's it going?
How's it going, man?
It's me, Boat.
Hey, what's going on, Boat? Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on with you, man?
I'm having a shitty day. I just came home from the hospital, and I actually do need a few things, like 2 bottles of Lexapro, 10 milligrams, a Lexapro with 20 milligram tablets, L-Butrin with an extra kick to it, a bottle of Abilify, how about 2 Prozacs, and a large envelope of anti.
Wait a minute. Wait, shut up, Bo. What are you talking? Are you ordering drugs from me? This is getting really ridiculous. This troll is really getting ridiculous. That's enough, man. Please, that's enough. That's a goddamn enough. I've had enough of that troll. Listen, after this disgusting, despicable Taco Tuesday that you people have conducted, I don't ever want to hear that troll again. Do you understand me? After this Taco Tuesday, I do not want to hear that stupid, dumb troll again. And I mean it, folks. I'm telling you, if I hear that dumbass troll one more time, I've got 2 words for you, you sorry sack of crap. Punitive damages! Punitive goddamn damages, you sack of crap! Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, you people are pushing my buttons, man. You people are pushing my goddamn buttons, and, you know, I don't get it. I don't get why you do this to me. I deserve a certain level of respect, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm just going to end this broadcast. You know, I'm not gonna do this. Watch. If I take another call, look at what's going to happen. Look, watch what's going to happen. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. Well, a Helen Keller deaf mute obviously is going to happen, for Christ's sake. All right, we'll try it one more time. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
I'll see you burn in the fires! Burn in the fires, you horrible cunt! Horrible swine! You...
Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, shut up. Go suck an egg, all right? You hear that? Huh? This is what I am. This is what I get. This is what I get for broadcasting 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. This is the kind of thanks I get, folks. Huh? This is what you get right here. Right here. I mean, I can continue going. Look, it's Anonymous, Radio Graffiti.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip. I'll have a number 45.
Yeah, just shut up. Look, that's it. What did I tell you about that stupid crap? Enough, enough, enough. Anonymous, Radio Graffiti. All right, just shut up. Look, I've had enough. You people have tainted this Taco Tuesday enough. I'm getting the hell out of here. You sorry sack of troll-terrorist, cyber-vermin scumbags. Follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And, of course, folks, if you have not done so, folks, we are running out of Inner Circle slots. There are only 16 left. And then that is it. No more Inner Circle slots will be sold, folks. So if you don't get in, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So if you're interested in being part of the Inner Circle, go ahead and type into your browser right now, ghost.market. Once again, type into your browser right now, ghost.market right now, for Christ's sake. And go ahead and get yourself and be a part of the Inner Circle. All right? And wait a minute. What's going on? 614 Radio Graffiti. What is it?
Ghost, meet me at the KFC outside the DHS office. Then we'll order a number 3 with extra dip and double dip each other. Oh, my.
You know what? Go screw your... Screw you! Screw you! Screw you, tall guy, you piece of crap!